plus SQL guy. I'm a data geek who is always interested in dealing things about Tableau. So I really love these doubt sessions because I get to meet a lot of people in these doubt sessions, and I get to interact with a lot of them and get new doubts, and that is exactly the reason I've started these doubt sessions. So yeah, so if you have any doubts, now the stage is open. No hurry.
Yeah, hi Rayeshwar.
Hey, hi.
I create one area chat.
Okay.
Anything.
Mm-hmm. Srikanth, can you stop sharing your screen? Let me start sharing my screen. Yeah, go ahead, Harish.
Yeah, create one area chat, please.
Just a moment. I'm opening my Tableau. I haven't
Yeah,
yet.
okay, no problem.
Yeah, yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, okay. On area chat, when we create one area chat with the multiple options, at that time area chat లో కలర్స్ పైన కలర్స్ వాల్యూస్ డౌన్ నుంచి జీరో యాక్సిస్ నుంచి తీసుకోవట్లే కలర్స్ టు కలర్స్ వాల్యూస్ అపియరెన్స్ అవుతున్నాయి. అవి జీరో నుంచి యాక్సిస్ ఎక్స్ యాక్సిస్ జీరో నుంచి తీసుకోవాలంటే ఇలా.
Colors exactly zero nuncha. And let me see that. Wait just a moment. Let the Tableau
Yeah,
open.
okay. So that's why I'm
So,
asking about area chat. Okay.
mm, you mean to say there are two area chats? One obviously in the same axis, right? In the same axis. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they are in the same axis. So in the same area chart, you have two different areas, and you want them to start from zero. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. And one more
Okay.
thing, I want to drag into the colors.
Yeah. Let's see that. Let's see that. Just a second.
Harish, share your screen.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the Tableau hasn't yet opened. Just give me a second. I'm just opening that. I'll just share my screen. Or let me share my screen anyways. Yeah. So my Tableau is also open. I'm going to my Superstore. Yeah. So you mean to say an area chart, right? So you took a date field only, right, for area chart?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So okay. And then I took my sales. And then I brought my category into the color. And I made this an area chart. Okay, not A level. Let's go with. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it that you're looking?
Yeah. Can you show any value on the graph? Any value or any yeah. You see, this is the 65. Yeah. Yeah. We have furniture is 54,500. So yeah. At that time, we have here we have 41, 50, 54. But these are not compared with that sales axis.
Just a moment. Where is 54? Here you have 63.
Yeah, here furnitures. So anything ఏదైనా ఒకటి ఇక్కడ ఫర్నిచర్స్ చూడండి ఒకసారి 22,000 41,000 ఉంది కదా.
Okay.
ఈ వాల్యూస్ ఇక్కడ నుంచి స్టార్ట్, జీరో నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుందా ఎవ్రీ యాక్సెస్, ఈ ప్రతిదీ ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి చూపెడుతుంది కదా ఇప్పుడు ఫర్నిచర్స్ ఈ కలర్ టు కలర్ బేస్డ్. Yeah, I want to show for my review.
Is not the reason here it is not showing zero is because the values are starting, like the starting value. So you want to include zero. Somewhere there is an option for that actually. But
Is it possible or?
To get the zero, actually we need to area here. Okay. Okay. Nothing in here. To start it from zero, here. To start it from zero. There is something like forcing the values to start from zero. I'm not sure where that option is. Yeah, include zero. Not sure.
Just uncheck that include zero. Let's see.
It is changing this axis. This is for this axis. I don't think there is a possible way as of now to get the values. Okay, let me try this one. Oh, it is not anyways taken, even if I put sudden. Just a minute. No, I think it is like it. We cannot force any zero on the, what do you say?
X.
Yeah, axis. Let me look into this. Somewhere I saw there is a way to force zero onto the value zero. but actually that is applicable to this,
Okay.
that including if the zero is not present, we can make it include zero in the access, but I'm not sure if we can get from this from zero.
Okay.
Let me look at this. I'll try to solve this. Okay.
Yeah, sir. Myself, Srikanth.
Yeah. So next out, anyone?
So, sir, first of all, a very
Share
good
that
morning.
line.
So, I have a query. So, recently I joined an organization. So, where they asked to recreate the report. So, the reason for recreation for that particular report is it is taking the report itself consists of around 5 millions of records. So, where it is
Okay.
taking too much time to load on the server.
Okay.
So, they asked me to recreate the report with less optimization and load time.
Okay.
So when I am trying to work on extract, so that extract is getting failed. So it is getting loaded till 15 lakhs records. Then after it is automatically failing. So what
Okay.
is the best way to recreate the dashboard with less load time on Tableau server?
First thing, see, when it is the extract itself is not happening,
Okay.
then you need to like what is the timeout? What is the like after how much time is that getting cancelled? The extract?
Yeah, it is around 13 to 15 minutes. Around for 13 minutes, it is loading
Yeah,
15 lakhs
see, it is
records.
because first thing is your Tableau team has put the maximum time that extract can run is 30 minutes. So first you need to ask them to extend that time,
Okay.
because that is in server admin's hand. Uh,
Okay.
and first thing is that I think Peter Parker, are you here?
Yes, Rajesh.
Okay, can you explain this? I think you.
Which one? Regarding the timeout
No,
issue, right?
he is asking. There is something with. Can you come to a place that is less disturbed? Okay, let Peter come in between. So first thing is you need to make that timeout, that timeout option. You need to handle that from your server admin end. And also
Okay.
there is second thing, even the data sources have. They cannot let your query run forever. There is a timeout period for that. So you need to get the same from your database end also. This will
Okay.
solve your issue of getting an extract.
Okay.
So once the extract is done, then first thing is whatever the granularity, like even if you have 4 millions of data, the
Okay.
granularity that you are using might be different. Might not, by that I mean you might be having daily data, per day data, per hour or per minute.
Okay.
But in the charts that you are showing, you are only showing aggregated data to the month level. You are not nowhere showing the day level data.
Yes.
Then it is better to aggregate it to that level. Okay,
So
so
aggregated day level, right?
it depends. Whatever your calculations, whatever your manipulation. If there is
Okay.
any day level manipulation, you can use it day level. Else, you can go to month level.
Okay.
Now, when you extract your data, see this one: aggregate data to visible dimension, right? Roll up to dates. This Tableau will do it on its own if you give this
Okay.
option. Then a year level, quarter level, month level, or day level. So
Okay.
through
So
this, you can. Pardon?
okay. So see here in my organization, it is a year level data. So for every year, certain data will come. So until 2021, we have set of data 2021. So now for this 2022, a new data will come up.
Yeah, I get it. Not that is not my question. My question is, see, in here, when you are representing, this is my order date and this is my sales, right?
Okay.
Now I am my chart. I'm representing it at month level.
Okay.
So if I'm doing this, then I need not have data at the day level, right?
Yes.
If I remove the data at the day level, I'm taking the data at the month level, I am reducing the size of my data by 30 times. I am aggregating the data at the level of my month rather than day. So I need not have a day level transactions. I will aggregate it to the month level transactions. So this way you can reduce the number of records that are coming inside. Do you have any doubt on that? Did you get that?
So
Okay. The second thing is for second thing is in your extract, whatever fields that you are using, use only them and hide everything that the remaining. This will reduce the size of extract. Okay, so even this will help in fast access. The third thing is whenever you are uh, just whenever you are using these such things. Now, one other thing that you need to keep in mind is filters. When you are using filters, rather than using quick filters, you can use action filters, right? Rather than using quick filters, you can use action filters, because when you use action filters will work on the existing view. They'll not go and hit the database.
yes. So moreover, so there are 30 quick filters on the dashboard. 30 quick filters. I explained to them. So this 30 quick filters is causing somewhat lag to the dashboard, but they are telling that it is a business requirement.
So
So
then,
hence,
then do one thing. There is a way where you can use only one apply button for all the filters.
okay.
So when you are doing that now, when you are using 30 filters, now for every selection that they make, a query is sent to the database.
Yes.
So if they are selecting 30 filters, they are doing 30 actions on the dashboard. Like the query is going 30 times to the dashboard.
Yes.
Sorry, to the data source, right?
Yes.
Now, rather than that, if you can make an action filter where the filters are applied based on a filter action, then only one query is sent to all the, what do you say, data sources,
Yes.
right? So even if I have 30 filters, I'll be sending only one query. This way you can increase the performance.
Okay.
And even in these 30 filters, now you can you can convince them that you are not taking the filter out. Wherever possible, you are planning to put an action filter there.
Okay.
You can convert some. Now, not everything is possible, but some filters you can convert them into action filters.
Okay.
So that way also you can reduce the, like, you can reduce the loading time and all.
Okay.
Peter, you there? Okay.
Yes, Rajesh, I'm
Yeah.
there. You can hear
If
me,
you
right?
can add some more. Sorry guys.
So
Today.
basically,
Yeah.
I basically thought that whatever you told is absolutely right. Anyway, I guess he can check with once with the server team if the time is only 30 minutes. First thing. Second thing, try to reduce the show filter as much as possible. If they are try to keep as apply filter in that means, rather than whenever filters are showing, and also try to, if there is any calculation he has written in Tableau, try to bring down in SQL itself, like whatever you are having, any column you are deriving or any ETL tool you can introduce, and you can have all the calculation in that only rather than computing in Tableau. That way he can reduce the efficiency, and I believe the time consumption will be, load time will be less if he follow this all procedure. There are a lot of steps he have to follow. It is not just one thing, like whatever you have mentioned and whatever I have mentioned.
So yeah. So one more question, sir. So
Yeah.
here the data is directly coming from the stakeholders and it is being uploaded into MySQL database. So it is not undergoing any kind of ETL or any transformation. So if I suggest my manager, so some ETL work will help to increase the performance. Will that be fine?
Yeah. What you
Yes, like basically how much column. Suppose there are hundred of columns, for example, in my school, and you are pulling everything. Okay, for example, and you are only using 10 columns. So the 90 columns are not of use, right? As of now. So you have to write a query in such a way that whatever you can write a custom SQL, right? Whenever you are pulling any data in the tablet. So pulling in such a way that whatever column you are required, make sure to you to take that. And also if there is any condition like you are calculating anything and you think that you can calculate in SQL itself, then write a query in such a way that rather than writing any fixed load in the tablet itself, you can compute outside the Tableau, like writing in a query itself. So that will be helpful for you. Or otherwise, you can also use any other ETL tool like Alteryx or anything and take the data, whatever. If you want to do the data modeling, you can do as required in your project. That's also it's up to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, so small addition to what Peter has said. Even if required, there is a chance you can create a view or a materialized view in the backend in the database, so that you are like creating a view, like transferring all the calculations to database by in the end, and that creating a view. Or if you can create a materialized view, the view along with the data is available. I
Okay.
think that will also be helpful if I'm not wrong. And I think one more thing that I need to add to this is using context filters. Now, because what is the advantage with context? But again, not too many usage of context filters. Now, whenever you are having those many filters, identify that one filter which is affecting the which is actually the base for everything. What is the which is hitting at the lowest granular level. If you make that as context filter, then every other filter will apply on that, because that is how the context filter function, right? Whatever you make, whichever field you make as a context filters, only that will affect the will hit the database and will get the data. Rest all filters will apply on the whatever the data that you got in context filter.
Okay.
So effective usage of context filters are also a good criteria to improve the performance of dashboard.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sir, again, one more question. So, in the dashboard, so I have two tables and I'm trying to union those tables. So, instead of directly joining at the data source, instead of unioning those tables at the source level, is that fine if I write custom SQL query to union those tables? Which one will give more performance, like custom SQL query or?
I suggest writing it in the database side itself rather than, or bring it into Tableau and do the union rather than writing a custom SQL.
Okay.
Custom SQL is good, but custom SQL, my thing should be as the last option, because again, the database, this query should go to the database, it should get executed, and the data should be fetched. There's one extra step that is in between, right? The
Yes. Yes.
execution of the query.
Yes.
So if you ask me performance wise, I suggest rather doing the union at the database side or doing in the union in the Tableau side directly rather than writing a custom SQL.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, sir. Thanks for all the information.
Yeah. So yeah, next doubt.
Yeah, may I please go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So there is a requirement where we have to build a radar chart. Okay, I posted that question in the group as well just before you
What
posted
chat?
this.
What chat?
Yeah. A radar chart, a spider chart or something like that. Radar.
Okay.
So that will be definitely be a customized chart which is not in Tableau show me
Yeah.
options, right?
Yeah.
So that will have to, I think we'll have to do it using a polygon as a mark type.
Yes, polygon, and you'll use a certain level of table calculations and all.
Mhm. So
It's
my question is,
yeah.
like, we have, say, a product table having product ID. That product ID is unique, and corresponding columns are like all measure values. Like, say, for example, MRP of that product, the current discount, what would be the profit percentage, and then the sales amount, and so on. Like multiple measure fields are there. Okay, and only one dimension field, that is this product ID.
Mm-hmm.
So can we build a radar chart? Let's say that there are five products, only five records in that table, five rows in that table. So all five product IDs are unique. I want to build a radar chart putting all five product IDs to show variation across all the axes, all measures that we have, like sum of sales, sum of discount, sum of MRP, sum of last sale price, like this. Is it possible?
I'm not sure about that. I didn't extensively work on spider chat.
Okay, okay.
I think I need to get back to you on this. I think we can discuss the same in the next session if possible.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be fine. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi Rajeshwar, good morning. Uh, I have a requirement wherein I need to create a word cloud based on the dimension field which is text, and that is having a sentence kind of a thing. It doesn't have a words with it. So is there any way in Tableau that I can create a word cloud with a sentence which is available in a text field?
So wait, a word cloud based on a sentence. But again, my question is word cloud. See, how does word cloud work? Now here, if I'm taking my category and I'm bringing my sales or something into the site and I'm changing this to text, right? This is how
Yep.
my word cloud works.
Correct. Correct.
Now, when you're bringing sentences,
Hmm.
so are there any repetitive sentences?
Yeah, there can be. So the requirement is like, let's say there are x amount of cases which are raised in the system, so we need to understand how many cases or how many type of issues which are, we need to find a most common issues or which is happening more frequently. So let's say there's a phone issues which are happening more, so we want to create a word cloud in that way. From those kind of subjects, on the case subjects, we have a lot of sentences written, right? So based on that, we need to understand which is the most frequent word which is coming in those subjects. uh, yeah.
Okay, so you mean to say there is a string in that if there is a phone related issue, if that is something a system related issue, if
Correct.
something is internet related. So you mean to say that word will be there in that string, right?
Yes, yes, and we
Then
have to find out which is the most frequent or frequent words which are coming in that. So that should be the
then
uh,
why don't we bring that string outside? That exact phone.
no, it's within the string, right? So how we can break that string into tokens or words within Tableau?
So is these number of words that you have, is it finite or infinite? You have a
It's
finite.
infinite. It's
Finite.
infinite.
Okay, see. Then here, suppose I'm just representing something here. If it contains, right? Contains function will tell you if that is present in that string or not. So let the string here, let me take as product name. So here, if I'm saying if it is containing Xerox, word Xerox.
No, no, we don't have a like. We don't know what kind of words we have to pick up. We just need to find out based on the issues that we have. What are the most common issues? So we have to create a word cloud around that. So we don't know the specific word that we need to look for.
Okay, there is no specific word is
Yeah,
also there.
correct.
But if there is no specific word in a given string, how are you going to identify that? Now, one more thing, who is going to feed in this, like these strings? End users?
Sorry.
Who is going to feed in these words? End users, or who is going to feed these words?
Yeah, these they will be the end users. So
But
let's say end
who,
user says that okay, there's a call related issues that is coming up. So there will be on a month there will be, let's say, 10,000 cases which are created, and on those 10,000, some people, some end customers will be saying there is a call related issues on this phones or
so
network issues. So there will be a lot of issues, and we have to
I,
find out what is the most common problem with the customers. So
no,
for that.
my second question here is when customer is entering this, is the string entered by the customer?
Yes, yes. When a customer is created any ticket or something, he will be putting his subject. He will be putting a subject on that case note.
Okay, so then it will vary the string that customer is putting, whatever the feedback that customer is putting, it will vary from customer to customer.
Correct, correct,
Then it is because see, word it works on accurate. Like if I am talking about here technology, everywhere the technology is present, and based on the technology size, the repetition of that technology, you are getting different sizes.
correct.
Now, when customer is putting in this text, and he is now trying to what do you say? Uh, Trying to get like you are trying to get these values out of those strings. Each string is different, right? There
Correct.
is there is no repetition in the string. So then first I think is you need to identify what you are looking for.
Mhm.
By that I mean, if you have in your company, you have only finite set of issues, right?
Mhm.
So based on those finite set of issues, you need to look for those words in those strings and get them.
Okay.
Only then word cloud is possible.
So generally, I was thinking of using a tab py here that maybe in Python we can create a word cloud by splitting those all the subjects into words and
But
then
my
create.
question over here is one to you. If you are having 100,000 words, okay, for example, you are
Mhm.
showing in that word cloud, how you will be able to identify? अभी यहाँ पे 3 words, right? You are able to see. If there are more than 20 words, put a customer name in text, Rajesh. That chart is not visible. I am telling you, first thing. Because it will not make any sense on me. How you will be able to identify which word is showing greater, which word is showing? It should be visible, right? There should be some finite numbers of text. If there are 10 or 15, then you can use word code. When there are is more, how you will be able to use that? That is my first question. The chart which you are using is not appropriate chart for that. See, are you able to see anything?
But can't we limit that
No,
part?
then what is the use of limiting? If you are limiting, then you might miss
No,
something, right?
based on the frequency of words. So each word will have a frequency
Ha,
in the
instead
database.
of that, then you can show the text, na, rather than top, like ranking the text and showing the, suppose phones are there, showing phones and the number of count of how many the phones is been called. For example, like showing a text, like you're having phone, suppose you're having lemon tea. Suppose you're having phone, for example, okay, and you're having office supplies and you're having word like technology. Suppose, for example, technology was been called 20 times, phone was called 5 times. So rather than showing word cloud, why can't you show the text table like and also highlighted table in the same format? Like office supply was called 20 times, then your phone was called 5 times, and your suppose technology was called 3 times. So in this way, and you can rank that and you can just show the top 5 whatever has been shown. That will make much sense than this chart. I am telling you what I believe.
Okay. Okay.
But tell me, you're not able to identify, right? Even if you put the top now, then it is very difficult to read anyway. If there are finite number like 10 or I would say 10 numbers, then you can definitely use cloud map, cloud chart, whatever you called it. But I believe cloud chart is only used likewise whenever there are messages which are recalled. But this makes sense to call, but there is no finite numbers, right? If there would be having like 10 or 10 values in that dimension, then it would have made sense. Rather than that, what I've suggested, you can use that. Like whatever is being called, you can show that the count distinct of that and count distinct, or if you want to show the repeating value, you can remove just count that value and you can show in text table and highlighted the numbers. And if you want to rank, you can rank also. If you want to show only the top 10, whatever is being called the names, then you can use rank also in that. So what I believe, that is what I believe. That is my thought. What I am telling.
Mhm.
Anyway, it's your call, Nikhil, but it's
Yeah,
my thought.
that's correct. But the only thing is that we don't know what kind of issues are happening more. So for that to identify, we thought like let's create a word cloud and see that what are the top frequently occurring issues, and based on that we can pick and choose like okay these are the top words that we need to pick and we can go with your approach, right? So is there a way we can? My question was that is there a way we can create a word cloud within sentences? Let's say we have a finite set of sentences also. Let's say 100, 200 sentences. So is there a way we can create a word cloud within Tableau? One approach I know is TabPy, wherein we can do it in Python and call that TabPy. We can write a script within Python within Tableau. So is there any other approach or and let's need to understand that? Yeah.
Okay, Peter, you are answering that.
Uh, yes, Rajeshwar, I can answer, but I will need to look into this. If you want to show in cloud only, then I will look into and I will try to figure out and I will share
Yeah.
the video in group. Rajeshwar will do it,
Okay.
in tab in Telegram. Okay. If you have anything, Rajeshwar, you can.
Okay. Just let me add some more to what Peter has said. See, Tableau, as in the Tableau, as in the number of functions that it can do is finite,
Mhm.
because this is not, this is data visualization, data manipulation tool, but you cannot identify certain patterns like what you are seeing in Tableau directly. So if you can do anything from Python tab by end, and if you can bring in and you can represent that, that is fine. Now again, the question that I asked you is what are the types? Now you have the types of services as a company. You have your types of services, and you if you want to see which is giving you the higher number of queries and which is giving you lower number of queries, it is better to catch hold of those phrases what they are using
Mm-hmm.
and try to check if that phrase is present in that string or not, and based on that try to represent how many number of times that is
Okay.
the time that the way I told you using contain function or many other ways. You can
Mm-hmm.
even use regular expressions, right? Regular
Okay.
expressions is much better way you can use it, but again you need to understand your requirement clearly, and you need to understand how to represent that in regular expression clearly. Even in using that you can get it. So now end of the day, the conclusion that I say is whatever string you are getting, first you need to identify a way to uh, to which problem is this is getting associated.
Mm-hmm.
It is at a phone, it is a network issue, or it is a browser issue, or something like that.
Correct.
So once if you associate with that, then you can now check if the issue is based on the functions that we talked about. You can now get the number of times the customer is reporting about that particular issue. And that using those words itself, words that you have using those words itself, then you can make a word cloud. It will be more effective in the Tableau.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So we need to find out what kind of words
Yeah.
are coming up on those
Yes.
subjects or sentences, and then based on that
Because
we
at the
can
end
create a
of the
category.
day, as a company, you'll be only having finite set of services. So based on that, the number of words that people use might be finite. And also, if it is a design end, I'm not saying this stupid, but there should be somewhere where it is associating with, like if I have a complaint, now there should be one Dropbox where I should associate it with what my complaint is about. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This process is generally followed. Like if I'm having a phone issue, then I'll first out of the Dropbox I'll select my phone and then I'll write my issue. Right? If that can be implemented, your life is much easier now. I'm not saying that is implementable. That's a
So
long
that is already implemented, Adishwar. So we have a field which says that okay, what type of issue it is and all those things.
then you don't have
But
a column in that
what
database.
sometimes what is happening, those the engineers or whoever is working on those requests are not updating that properly. So they came up with an idea that can we do a topic modeling on this kind of a thing on this subject or description, whatever is there, and get a topic out of these text data.
Okay, even then you have now it is much better because the customer is typing and customer is putting it, and whatever your engineer who is doing is not doing that, then you can get those you can what do you say, categorize all your issues. Once you categorize them, and now representing in a word cloud, it will be better. And from there you can put a navigation to another sheet which will give you in detail the strings. I think that will give you a better user experience.
So categorization from the fields which are already created, or like from the
Yeah, from the
customer
field. You
sentences.
have defined the categories, right? Obviously,
Correct.
when
Correct.
the option is there, some 10, 15, 30 are there. So you can use them
Mm-hmm.
to pick that words from that. I think it Stappa is better to do that. Pick those words
Correct.
and give them a numbering.
Correct.
Then along with the string, if you can give the string, in that string, this is that, then give a column will contain, if it is about phone, the column will contain phones. So based on the repetition, you can build a word cloud. That will give you a better approach, right? Even I think you can do that in Python. It is very easy to actually catch hold of these phrases and actually bring them separately
Correct.
in a column. So when you can bring them in a column, then based on that repetition, you can build a word cloud. The repetition of them, how many are there? That will give you a better idea. And actually, that will give you a comprehensive idea, because if you start looking at a string, right? If you let me, rather than customer name, let me put product name. So as the string length increases, workload, the space is finite. So when the space is finite, representing your workload with strings will again make your life hard.
Mhm.
So rather than doing that, if you can focus on repetition, then see, workload is for a summary view, not for a detailed view. Right? So when it is a summary view, it is better focus on what are what do you say? What are the main aspects of your complaints, rather than going in detail. For going in detail, you can take another text table where if I say to click on phones, it will take me to phones and it will show me all the issues that are in phones.
Mhm.
Right? So here, if you see, only for something like this, it is taking so long a text. If we put a string in here, or just it's a matter of 10 words, if a customer is typing, he might use 15, 20 words, right?
Yes,
It
correct.
will clutter your view. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we need to create a category out of all these sentences
Yes.
and then show that there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way it's better.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. So yeah,
Sir,
Tanveer Ahmad. Yeah.
good morning, everyone.
Good
Sir,
morning.
I have a scenario where there are account number for customers.
Mhm.
Let's say these customers are using credit cards and there are certain limit on these cards. If there is a customer, let's say A, and he has a limit of 50,000 on his credit card, and if he spends 60,000, that is just crossing the limit. So in that case, his account balance is minus 10,000.
Yeah.
Sometimes he again pays some amount of money to become positive, and there are a lot of such customers. So I want to find how such customers are there where they're going to a negative account balance, and then again by adding some amount they are again coming to the positive category. So how can we do that, sir?
Okay. So first thing is I need to understand the data. So
Mm-hmm.
for every transaction that customer makes, let it be debiting or crediting, like he's spending from your card or paying amount, there is a separate transaction for him. There is a separate line for that in your database, separate row.
uh, yes, we have account balance, we have date, account number, and account.
So I just want to understand the data. Just a moment.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So this is customer name, and then it is, let it be debit, and then let it be credit, and then I'll have something called as debit. So you mean to say, if this is Raj is your customer, so the
Mm-hmm.
debit will be 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
So the date will be today, some date, 22nd, 1. So the next transaction of mine, again, it is again Raj. It is, now I have credited 40,000 in this.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is 23rd, 122. So this is how your data is going to be.
Sir, we have one column mean balance where we are getting daily balance of that customer.
Okay. So
Like if yes.
balance. Now here it is 50. It is okay. If my, there should be one more column. Hi, just a moment. I
Okay.
lost power here. Just give me a second. Okay, sorry. Am I audible?
Yes.
So now there is one thing called one more column, which is called limit. So here, if it is my 50,000 is my 40,000. 40,000 is my limit. It will be for every column that is free. Right? Now the balance here is, if I use it, is minus 10,000. And here
Right.
it is, after that it is 40,000 is my limit. Or if I pay 40,000, right? And now 30,000
Right.
is the balance. So this is how it is, right?
Right. So
So now what do you want to get out of this?
I want to find all those customers
Okay.
who has negative balance, and after making some payment he again comes to the positive, like the bank has provided is the limit of 50,000 and he is spending 60,000, so minus 10,000 is in negative, and after some time he again pays 10,000 extra to come back to the positive category.
Okay.
So
So you mean to say, if I'm a customer, I haven't done any transaction, so I'm still in positive. You don't want such
right,
customers.
right, I don't want.
You want only those customers who have got a negative value,
Right.
in negative value anywhere down the line, or the negative value in the previous transaction.
I have the account balance column that shows the transaction history,
No, no.
on which
My,
date
my,
what
my
was the
question is, let me rephrase my
right.
question. My question is,
Yeah.
you want only those customers who are negative in the previous balance
Right.
and who are converted into positive in the current balance after paying certain amount, right?
Right. Who was negative after paying is some amount now in positive
Yeah.
category.
So only you are concerned about only current and previous transaction of a customer. If the previous
Right.
transaction, after previous transaction value, if the balance is negative,
Right.
and after the current transaction, if it is positive, you want those customers, right?
Right. Exactly.
So now this actually in Tableau, when I'm using Superstore data generally, there
Mm-hmm.
is something called how we can get what is the most recent transaction and
Mm-hmm.
the second most recent transaction. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
here, no, using LODs, here it is fixed customer name colon max of order date. Okay. When you use this will give
Mm-hmm.
the recent order date of the customer. Okay. Let me click on apply. Okay. Now, when I bring my customer name here and I'm bringing my order date, exact date, and then discrete, I'm bringing this here. You can see the different orders of the customers.
Mm-hmm.
But when I bring my recent order here, exact date and then discrete. Now this will give me only the most recent order date.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm writing another calculation here. Fixed name column. If order date is less than recent order date, then let me expand this. Let me expand this. Here I'm putting again max. Okay. Now this is second recent order data. Right? Apply. Okay. I'm bringing this in here. Exact date and then discrete. I'm bringing it in here. Now this whatever is giving me the second recent date. Now, if you can see for every customer, if you can say for this date, I want his balance, right? And if that balance is, if this balance is negative, and if this balance, the current most recent balance is positive, then you can take those customers.
Right.
Did this solve? Like, let me bring profit. Actually, we might even have certain data like that. So here, if you see, is totally negative. There should be one. Yeah, see here. Here it is his the second recent transaction is negative, and the most recent transaction is positive. Right? So I'm now writing a calculation. If second recent, okay, then profit. Okay, sorry. Okay. I'm bringing this calculation here. So here you are getting the second reason. The same way is duplicating this. Right? I'm here putting my first reason. Reason dot. Okay. Okay. And if I bring this here, you'll see you're getting the most recent. Right? Let me bring it here. You'll get a clarity. Okay. Now my calculation is if this calculation to because second recent is this less than 0 and this one which is most recent date, if it is greater than 0, then I'm asking for a customer name and I'm bringing this customer name in here. So why am I getting null? I should have got it here. Okay. Okay. Not this. I think it is because of aggregation. I can. I think you can work more on this. Okay. Not sure. But this is giving us. Okay. Now let me do rather than taking calculation.
Rajeshwar, can we fix that those two calculation, the comparison where we are doing based on a fixed LOD and then
Yeah, we need to fix that. That is where I'm even coming to. Fixed customer name. I'm bringing here. Fix customer name. Okay. Yes. Recent first profit. Okay. Now it is like, now I think my calculation should work. And here is second recent first profit is less than 0, and uh, recent input net profit here. Recent cost profit is greater than 0, then customer name. Okay. Yeah, this is giving those customer names, and let's check that. Recent order date, exact date, and then discrete. Okay, again, second recent order date, exact date, and then discrete, and then okay, we need to print customer name as well. Okay. Now let me bring order date as well. Exact date and discrete. I'm placing this in here. We'll see for Ben Wallace, and let me bring profit. Yeah, see, the second recent is negative and the recent is positive. Only then you are getting the customer.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah, clear. Thank you. Now we can use count here to count all those customers.
Yeah, you can count the customer.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Then so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi Rajeshwar.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, Rajeshwar, in my report, some data rules are there for that one. If any data rules are failing, so I have to send the email notification to that particular user along with the dashboard link. So he has to see the link, he has to check the report, and he has to take action on that one. How can I
Okay.
do that?
So I think Peter, you there? You are the. Hello.
Hey, hello. Sorry, I did not hear the question. Can you repeat, please?
Some data rules are there, Peter.
Hmm. Hmm.
So if those data rules are failing, so then I have
Hmm.
to send the email notification to that particular user along with the
Hmm.
dashboard link. So he has to check
Hmm.
the report and he has to correct that one data.
Okay, means suppose there are particular user who are entering the data, right? I believe that is the thing, right? Um, suppose there are 5 users, they are entering according to them, and you need to rectify that data if that data is went wrong, right? You need to tell that user that whatever you have entered is entered wrong, and you need to fill that. I'm right, right? This is what you want. Hello. Yeah. So
Yeah,
basically, you
similar
can
to that.
use like subscription and those all things. Hello.
Yes, Peter.
Hello. So basically here you can matlab, attach, and how you will be knowing that the data entered is wrong? Is there any condition or something like that one I wanted to check? Is there any
I have
specific
column is
condition that
there.
suppose?
No, I
Hmm,
have column is there. Data quality fail column is there. So I can, if I
Okay.
drag that column, it will shows that one. And also there are other columns are there. What is the error and what is the corrective action? There are some other columns are
Hmm.
also there. I am sure I actually my report is the text table. It contains all the
Hmm.
things. User has
Hmm.
to check that
Hmm.
one. He has to correct that one. That's it. It contains the error field and also it contains the what action need to done. It is in separate column.
Hmm.
It contains all the columns.
Right, but what will be the specification that he have entered something wrong, and what basis you need to send him a mail?
Yeah,
That is what my I'm asking.
that's why. Yeah. That's why it has surname has to be full name, not single letter. Suppose G Ravindra is there, it has to be only
Hmm.
full name of the surname, not G Ravindra. Suppose G Ravindra is printed in the data is coming, it has to come full
Hmm.
name of the surname, like that. It is the
Hmm.
data failure,
Hmm.
like that.
Okay, got it. But will that fail in Tableau or no? Tableau will report will generate properly, right? Even the name is.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, you got my question, na? Means
Yeah, Peter.
will that matlab the information will also
Hello, Peter. Your voice is not on.
pulled wrong? Means the full name is not shown. If that is the case, then you can use something like in backend only, where you'll be pulling and write one condition wherever the information on certain condition is not fulfilling, then you can trigger a mail. So this can be done by Python. So basically, one of the project where I have not done the Python code. The Python code was done by our team member only, where you can put the condition and whatever data validation can be done. And whenever the data is not validated, the automatic mail will go to that member, whoever is the user. You got it?
Tableau
In
level
that
we
way, you
cannot
can
do.
handle this. Star level you cannot do. How you will be managing? You cannot put the conditions each time, right? That is not possible. And even if you got how you will knowing that, then again you need to check manually, na, that there is some issue, and then you need to send a mail, right? If you want automatically, then you need to use Python. If you want to do manually, then you can do anyway.
No. Automatic only.
Just check in the data manually. But
No,
if you don't
automatic.
want to manually automate, then you can use Python. No, then you can use Python. You cannot do that internally.
So maybe at
Because
the
see,
server
how you will
backend
put the
level, at
condition
data
that
source
first name
level,
is,
they
yeah.
will do.
Data level they can do, na, that is what I'm telling. In Tableau you cannot write a condition like, for example, the first name is failing, or it will anyway generate, right? You can write condition that first name is not full, then don't show the name. This you can show, but how the automatic mail will be going, that is what I'm telling. The mail should also go automatic, right? Trigger should be there, and it should go
Uh,
mail. Suppose the user
Peter,
have put the wrong name. Yeah.
Peter, if I may, I think the mail will be triggered if the measure value is above or below certain threshold. We can do that.
That can be done by alerts. You can do that by alerts anyway.
So my
There
point
you can use
my
alerts.
my point here is he wants to send a mail to that end user when there is no first second name in certain names, right? Second name in certain customer names.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
now why can't we write a calculation in Tableau where we are identifying, like, if you split the name into first name and second name, if there are certain nulls for second name, the for if you split, the second name will be null, as they don't he has doesn't have a second name, right? So now if my second name after my first space, whatever I'm getting, if that is null, can't we trigger, if my count of those, the aggregation of all those, if the first name is null, then I'm assigning one value to it. So if his what is his threshold for that, like if someone is having 10 people not having first name, 20 people not having first name, or at least one person having not having a first name, then this calculation will be one. So can't I trigger a report with this aggregation greater than zero? If something it is greater, if his minimum threshold is one, if it is aggregation is greater than zero, then can't I trigger one report which will go to the end user? Can't we do it this way? Hello.
That can be done by alert only. What I am telling, what I am thinking. But that should be again. You need to convert that to measure value because alert can be applied only on measure, right? Not on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
dimension.
That is exactly what I was thinking.
Hmm.
So is that
That you can do
on
anywhere
your side?
in alert.
I don't know who asked the question, but yeah, can you please
Yeah.
give us the input on that? Is this applicable on your side?
Yes, yes, Rajesh, sir. What you are saying, it has to be not to be single character. It has to be more than a
Single,
single character. Then only
single word, not character.
single word. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you can do it by splitting it. You can split the column, the
Okay.
first name column, based on space, because the thing that separates first name and second name, again, sometime it might be comma. So it is up to you. Now, if you can split that,
Hmm.
and after splitting that, the second column, whatever you are getting, now you count the number of nulls in that. You can use that is null function, right? And you can count the number of nulls in that.
Okay.
And based on that null, you can now trigger a point if that is greater than zero. That is again your threshold, right? If 10 records without 10 people without first name is allowed, then it will be sum of that greater than 10.
Hmm.
Got the point?
Yeah, yeah. Can you show me it? That one?
No, I don't think so. I can. Okay. Now here, let me bring my customer name. Right now, I'm splitting this customer name. Right now, this is my. Or let me do system split. So space, and I want first three. Okay. Right now here, my point is I'm not interested in first name and middle name. Actually, let me show you this. This will be my first name. Actually, this will become my middle name, and actually middle name and last name is getting both are coming here. Here I'll get the last name or middle name. Whoever has the middle name, only they will be coming here, right? So this is an erroneous way, but I'm just showing to you to
Yeah.
here for you to get that point.
Yeah.
Now here I am writing my calculation. If is null of customer name, then one, else zero. Let me click on apply. Okay. Think. Yeah. So this, if you bring in here, it will tell you. Okay. Custom. What mistake am I doing here?
So multiple customer records, it is aggregating that
No,
one.
this. No. I'm talking about here. If I'm saying apply, I'm getting zero for everything. Somewhere I'm doing a mistake. If is null of customer name. If this is null, it should give me one. Why is it not giving me? Okay. What if I do it? Give me the-
I believe the values are not null, right? Customer split 3. That is why it is showing
Oh,
0.
value. Only certain half is null, not null. The rest all are nulls, right?
Right, but it is aggregating, I guess, taking at the whole level then.
Let me do one
It's
thing.
showing 0 at the end.
Could not happen anyways, but why is it not showing customer name? Hmm? Why is it showing? भाई seasonal का काम तो वही है. Yeah. Okay, let's do with this then. I don't know why if null is not working. Is null. So don't go. I can. You need not even take an average. You can even take average. You'll get one here. So now you can see this, right? Now you can put a trigger, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you this is not what you want, right? You want the reverse of it. If it is less than, it's equal to zero. Sorry. This is equal to zero, then one, right? Now you got all the ones where it is zero. Now you can put. Now you can come here. You can take this average of calculation for here, and based on this number, you can initiate an alert. Clear?
Yeah. So normally in the server only we can
Yeah,
initiate
yeah.
the.
Alerts you cannot do it in desktop.
Okay.
Like based on this, you go to the server and there put an alert.
Can you at least elaborate me where? How can I do that one?
Without server, I'm not
No, no,
sure.
no. At least explain me. Is that fine?
Peter, can you explain him that how to create an alert?
Yes, basically, whenever you need to publish the dashboard, right now we are not having service, so I cannot show you practically. So when you publish that, at the top end, you will be able to see the alerts. Okay, if you are having the access to the publishing and those all things, you have the privilege to publish the dashboard and give the access to the people. There you can see the alerts. Click on that
Yes.
alerts,
Yeah.
and whenever you are set the value, suppose the count like Rajesh has said that whatever your count is less, whatever with that you should put a message, then you can write any message whatever you want to, like you can put that the name of customer full name is not properly, can you please recheck and re-upload the data. In that way you can say, and whenever there is any condition satisfied, the mail will be triggered to them, and you can put their mail address in down, where you can write their mail address or the Tableau ID whatever they are having. Okay, so it's not that hard. Alert is very easy to apply. You can
Yeah,
also check on the Tableau website. It is very simple. Don't worry.
yeah, yeah. And also, Rajeshwar, if one data rule is fine, if 2 3 are also there, it is fine. But if it is more 10 20 such data rules are there, then it is very complex, right, to write all the conditions for that one, and triggering all those things.
So if it is individual alerts, then I think you can put an individual alerts. If you want all, if you want an alert to follow all those data rules, then it becomes a bit complicated.
Yeah, yeah, because maybe it will come in the future. They are saying that 10 20 new rules are coming, new rules has to be will add. So in
No,
that case, it will complex, right?
no,
Then
again, if you can define that in your calculation in your Tableau desktop or in Tableau server, now I can say that the customer who is in East region, who is not having the what do you say, the second name,
yeah,
and his order is in this one. So everything is conditions, right? Whatever the data rules are conditions.
yes.
So you can do that. But the problem is, the more the conditions, the more resources it will take. There is a chance dashboard might become a bit slow, but that is manageable, not a problem.
So, but for each condition, I have to create a separate mail alert for for each condition.
Obviously, see one alert for one mail for one alert, right?
Okay,
So if
yeah.
they're asking for 10 rules,
Hmm.
then I think it should be 10 alerts. And I don't know, Peter should be the one who should tell that. Peter, if it is 10 rules, is it 10 alerts, or can we
Yes, yes.
one
It
mail for
will be
all?
10 only because at one time only you can set one access, I believe. Matlab you cannot select two, three access at a time.
Yeah,
Matlab
so then
whatever,
that's 10
and
alerts.
that will be applicable only on access. That is what I was telling first only. You need to do something in the Python and put the data validation and check the data. In Tableau, it's very difficult.
Yeah. So if you want one mail, I think as Peter said, you can put it in the back end at the Python level. Then you can make it
So
based on all these conditions, you can put one mail.
Hmm.
Okay.
So at the Tableau level it is difficult. So to create
It is,
all such.
I'm not saying it is difficult. We can do that, but they'll get 10 mails. It is they who should decide that. If they want 10 mails, see, if their data is sensitive and they want to act quickly, then obviously 10 mails also it's not a problem, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Sorry to
only the
interrupt you
performance
guys.
will decrease, right? That's it.
No, no, performance will also not decrease. No, no, it is on the server end, right? So server will take care of that. Not a problem.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you guys. Chaitanya, when you were explaining the problem, I heard you saying that there is a column in your data which actually says whether the data rules are right or wrong, right?
Yes.
So according to that, you have a column already in your data which says whether data rules are followed or not, right?
Yeah, I have column is there.
Yeah. Then if that column is false, then obviously we can you can trigger the alert, right?
But
Why is that?
actually,
Why is that
it
we need to
is
actually put a condition to that?
it that column contains not only the single rule. There are multiple rules are there in that column.
No, see, you said there is a column which says whether that particular record is meeting all the data rules or not, right?
Uh, so no, it is not like that.
Mm-hmm.
If yeah, it is column is there. If you want to show that failed records, it will show that failed records.
Yeah, then it's very simple, right? You don't even require to write a condition, I believe, because according if you say okay, this particular column is false or true, whatever it is, if it is false, then obviously the data is not meeting the requirements of the data rules. So if this particular column is false, then we'll trigger a report, trigger a alert.
Yeah, but actually what is, so I have to send that mail to the particular ID only. I have a certain ID allocated for that one. Some protocol ID is there.
Yeah, that
Uh,
ID is also there in the same record, right? And the same row, but different column.
yeah, different column.
Then, yeah, then I don't think it's a big deal. I mean, you don't even have to write a condition. Just you can do that just with the help of that particular column. If the data quality is false, then you also have one more column which says what is wrong with the data, what is wrong with that entry, right?
Mm.
So if somebody got it, maybe yeah.
So yeah, so regarding that, if there is a column that is coming and if it will suffice the needs, and you can go ahead and use that column to get the output that you want, or to get the alerts that you want. And if it is not the case, you can follow whatever that me and Peter have given. So anything is based on what your requirement is, what your data is, and if you're preferably if you are identifying that based on a column, even before using Tableau, then it is much better, right?
Yeah,
There is
Rajeshwar, that is what his actual scenario is, as per my understanding. He
yeah.
already have a column which decides whether to send an alert or not.
But for that, he doesn't even need to depend on Tableau, right? Even in the database end, it can be done. Even before the data is coming into Tableau, that can be done in the database end even.
Um,
Yeah, but
mhm.
actually the user has to see that one, right? So
No,
based
my
on the
point is
report.
it is more about data quality, right? Whatever the scenario that we have discussed is more about the quality of the data.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
think you do you have an ETL in this in the total process? Do you have an ETL tool? Any tool?
no, we don't have anything.
Okay, if ETL
No,
tool is there,
maybe another team they are doing. Maybe I don't know.
okay,
So
okay. But yeah, if the column is there, then yeah, you can definitely create an alert based on that.
And as per my understanding, he has also a column which says what is the error, and he also have one more column which says what should be done to fix that error, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah.
then yeah.
So my
And
one
whom
question.
whom you have to send the alert?
Yeah.
You have all the details in the same record. Yeah, then
Yeah, my report is exactly that one only. My report is exactly
mhm,
showing that what is the failed data, what is
mhm.
the failed records are there. My report is exactly that one only.
So
Okay,
my one question here is he's saying there might be 10 rules that might be coming or 20 rules
Yeah.
that might be coming. So you
Yes.
mean to say you'll be having 20 columns stating which
No,
is correct?
single column contain different rules.
How can you show different rules in one single column?
So suppose in data quality data rules, one column is there. In that one, email is mandatory and surname is to be there. There are
Okay,
no
so you
duplicates.
mean to say the column is giving you the instructions on what is the rule is.
Yeah.
It is not giving you the data.
No. That particular column is giving the instructions, and
Okay.
some other columns are in that some other columns are data is there.
Data is there, but is there any column validating that the data
No,
it is containing the last second name or not?
no. There
Okay,
is
that
no
is what
such.
you need to derive in Tableau, right?
Yes.
Then I think
okay.
so then that situation is not possible because what he's saying is the column that he's getting is will be containing the rules,
Rules.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
only rules, not a
So,
solution to the rules. So the
okay, so
solution to the rules should be derived in Tableau.
you
Yes.
don't have a column which says, okay, this particular record doesn't have second name. You don't have such column.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Rajeshwar. And one more thing is there. So when we actually my data source is upgrading from one version to another version. So and they are saying to the that connection details are changing. The connection details are changing. So if they are migrating to that upgrading the version, so then I have to change the for already developed dashboards. I have to change all the connection details, or they will migrate to the. I will ask them to migrate to the same connection details.
I think as long as the schema and the table name is going to stay the same, even if they upgrade, you need not, as per my understanding. Because that is what you identify your table, right? First thing, structure of the table should not change. Second thing, schema should not change, and the table name should not change.
All are same.
Then not a problem, because upgrades of database happen every now and then, right? Even in Tableau, we do server upgrades, right?
Yeah. But
That thing you
they are
need not
sending
change.
me the details like that. Normally we
Second
connection.
question, is there any port change, URL, server name change, port change, all these things?
Yeah, server name is changes. They
Then
send.
you need to. Then you need to. Because when that is how the connection will happen, right? Now, if you see
Yeah.
in here, if you go to the data and in the new data source here, if I'm just selecting Oracle, it will ask you the server. What is your server?
Yeah, that name is changing actually.
Then obviously you need to, because this is where the initial step of communication, right?
Yeah.
So if this
So
is changing, you need to change those names as well.
actually
Definitely.
they asked me to test that one. Actually, I tested that one. Both the results are coming same.
Then
There is.
fine. They didn't change this name
Mm.
or something. I don't know. I'm not sure, because every
Uh,
database is different and they
can I
both
ask
do.
them? So can I ask them? Is there any way for them to database team to continue with the same name? They can
If
able
they
to
can
change
give
that
you
one.
this, if they can go with the same name, then yeah, not a problem. Normally, this will not change actually. To be frank, this will not change that easily,
So,
because it
okay.
will be hosted in some place, so it will not change that easily. But once get all the details and see if you are connecting, if the connections details are same for both even after the upgradation, then you can take a call.
Still upgradation is not done actually. They said that we are going to upgrade. Maybe for testing purpose they given the two different names actually, I think.
Then actually that is what sometimes they dev so they want to do a trial, and for
Yeah.
that they might have developed something, but
Yeah.
that might not have been the actual case, because not only your server or your Tableau connections, many things are dependent on them. So for every upgrade, if they change this, then there's a lot of rework that is always there. So they generally don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe after testing, so they will
Yeah.
changing the
They'll
same name,
change.
maybe.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Raj.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
I have a quick question. When I use joining and when I use relationship.
Okay. So, okay, the question is when to use joins and when to use relationships, right?
Right.
Now, see, the major difference between joins and relationships is how the tables are maintained. Now, in my data source here, right? Now, here, when it is relationships, every table is maintained at its own level of granularity. And when it is join, right here, if I bring again people here and if I join, then to the existing table, the new columns are joined. Where is this people? Somewhere you should have this. Yeah, this one I think. Okay, so this is where the new column will come to the table and it will get joined. So,
But sir, it is a feature, na? Which scenario? What scenario is join? I use the best scenario. What is the scenario? Is a relationship I use.
so that is all. Let me explain you the total scenario. Then we'll come to the point where to use what. Okay.
Okay.
Now here, as the tables are maintained at its own level of granularity, right? I can talk, when I'm talking about people's table, I'm talking only about that table in relationships. When I'm talking about returns table, I'm only talking about that table. And when I'm talking about orders table, I'm only talking about that table. But here, it is not the case. Here, I am neither talking about orders table nor talking about people's table. I am talking about it as a join of both these two tables. This might have a different granularity and this might have a different granularity. And when you join a new level of granularity, you might see. Now here we are seeing the same granularity of orders because there is no duplication from the people's side. If there is any duplication from the people's side, there's a new granularity that you see. Now, coming to the second part. Now, when you use relationships, as the tables are at their own level of granularity, so whenever you are doing any calculations or any deductions, derivative, like any calculations that you are doing, then the confidence of the data is accurate, because when you are using relationships, and if I drag a field from here and I drag field from here, relationships will remember the what do you say, the relation between these two tables. If it is one to many or many to one, it will remember that level of granularity, and if there is any such differences, it will then create the duplication or replication in relationships. But that is not possible in joins, because when you are doing a join table, these tables are not independent, they are merged and they are formed, and there's a new table that is formed. So in general, whenever you are using relationships is advisable. And the second thing, even when you are doing joins, when you take inner join, left join, right join, there are certain records that are lost. If I take inner join, the records that are not matching in both the tables, they are lost. If I take left, right column table is not. If I take right, left table is lost. So if you are doing this, and if you don't want to lose that data, then if you can do these relationships, now this table, all the records and tables are present, and all these tables in this record is also present. And in relationships, the join is defined by the view. At the view level, join is defined, not at the data source level. Data source level, you will just define the relationship between the tables. So the type of join is defined by the view level, but that is not the case with joins. Joins in the data source level itself, you have to define which type of join you want. There's a loss of records. And second thing, whenever you are doing joins, if there is any duplication on any side, right? If you have 100 records here and 10 records here, then when there is no duplication, you will get 100 records. But if in these 10 records, 5 records are duplicated, then you will not get 100, you will get more than 100 records. And by that, the values are also getting duplicated, which will not give the accurate data, and that is when you need to use LODs and get the accurate data. So issues like these with joins have created the requirement for something called as a relationship. Now, when to use joins? When you know the relationship between the two tables is defined, mostly it is one-to-one, right? Then one-to-one means whatever the joining condition that you're having, right? If that is one-to-one, you can go for joins, because that will give one definite table for you rather than having two different tables. Or if you know there is a duplication, if the relation between the two tables is primary key and foreign key, even then you can go for a join, but always be attentive that any field that is coming from the table that is having primary key is giving you the replicated details. So you need to use LODs to manage those replications. So all these things, if you consider, you can take joins into consideration, else go for relationship. Okay.
Sir, who is the best join or a relationship?
It again depends on the situation, but if you ask me, I always vote for relationships, because with joins, I can only get data to some extent, and I can define whatever based on whatever the data that I got. But with the relationships, my data is not lost. I'm getting all the data, And if I do my manipulations on this, the same data source can be available for any of the transactions. Like if I'm using another dashboard, I can use this. If I publish this data source, if I'm using another dashboard with the same three table combination, I can again use it there, because I am not doing any joins here. So every table is at its own level of granularity. So the number of use cases for the data sources will increase for me. So I'll definitely vote for relationships.
Actually, if relationships are better than join, why are existing as a current version and join?
No. See, joins is also a requirement. Relationships is also a requirement. If you want to, so that is why Tableau, even when it is giving you two formats: logical table, physical table.
Okay.
Now, even when relationships are present, that will not drive out the need for joins. Now, let's talk in the database point of view. Relationships are like the tables that are present in the database where you retrieve based on your select statement, you join and then retrieve. That is, you can compare that as a relationship. Now, in the views, you'll write a join to create a table. That is specific, that you cannot change that join. That is stagnant. It is just like that. But that join is also required to create views. So join has its own use cases, and relationship also it has its own use cases. And to be frank, there are currently in the industry, there are hardly any people. There are not hardly, but if you take out of 100%, only 20 to 30% of the companies are using relationships. Actually, there is a less understanding. People understand very less about relationships and their use cases compared to joins. So still predominantly joins are being used. And they will take care of all these replication data issues and everything using LODs.
Means whose guide understanding for the RDBMS means lesson data stream model. So you can use for use relationship, right?
I didn't get your question. Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you're audible.
So see, the requirement for relationships and the requirement for joins, it will depend on that use case. If you are joining two tables, which is not, what do you say, populating, or which is not populating, which is not, I forgot that was, it is not increasing the number of rows that are present, right? Then you can go for joins. If you know the granularity of the two tables and you have an understanding what table you will get out of those joins. Relationships is where you don't want at all to bother about the granularity of the tables and the resultant table. The join, after the join, you'll get a new table, right? So the resultant table, they don't want to bother about the granularity. That is when relationships are useful. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Rajeshwar,
Hi.
the question
Hi.
is hi. Uh, the question is regarding the navigation between
Okay.
two dashboard.
Mhm.
The dashboards are having two different data sources,
Okay.
and we have to blend uh, uh, for the consolidation.
Okay.
And suppose one dashboard. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. From one dashboard to second dashboard, I have to navigate. What should I consider? Means as a assumption or what to have a
See, if
navigation
you want
between.
to navigate from one dashboard to the other dashboard, your election is more than enough, right?
Okay. But sometime means from one dashboard, suppose there is a member count, and if I click on that member count, that should navigate to the second dashboard with the filter action. So is it possible in that scenario? and I'm
So
using blending.
yeah, blending, but here and there the primary, sorry, from here, primary data source, you are going to a secondary data source.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me add one more data source. So here I'm creating one. Let me take, yeah, let me take any of this. I took, it will take time. So the blending relationship, whatever the filter that you are using, so the
Hmm.
blend, there is, that is the common field between those two databases.
Actually,
Linking field.
those filters from the first dashboard, uh, some filters are adding in the second dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
Means on first dashboard we are having six filters, and in
Mm-hmm.
second dashboard we are having 10 filters.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and whatever the dashboard filters of first dashboard, no, those are available in second also.
Okay.
So how means on second dashboard, shall I have to take the filters from the first dashboard which are
You
common?
can, no, you can use your filter actions there, right? I
uh,
am not clearly getting what your requirement is.
See, two dashboards are there, dashboard 1 and dashboard 2,
Okay.
right? So six filters are same in both the dashboards.
Okay.
Okay, now if I click on the first dashboard,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever the filters are applied on the first dashboard, the same filter should apply on the second dashboard automatically. And suppose on first dashboard 15 members, uh, option is there, member number of count of a member is equal to 15, and if I click on that 15 number, it should navigate to the dashboard 2,
Okay.
and it will show the number of those members, only 15 members it will show. Okay.
Okay.
For example, the second dashboard is of member details.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever the filters are applied of first dashboard, the same filters will get applied automatically on the second dashboard.
Yeah, that can be done based on your action filters. Yeah, it can be done.
So on the second dashboard, which filters I have to take? Actually, I have created separate filters for dashboard 1 and dashboard 2. So while creating a dashboard 2, I have to take the filters from dashboard 1 screen, or action filters I have to put on the screen.
You cannot put action filters on screen, but you can, whenever you are navigating from this table to that, this dashboard to that dashboard,
Hmm.
then you can take the data based on your action filters. You can get the data, whatever the 15 people that you are selecting here, those 15 people data you can get there. And on that, you can filter, apply any filters that are present in the dashboard, right?
Hmm.
Now, here my question is, now the filters that you're applying in your second dashboard, is those filters are getting applied on the resultant data after passing this action filter from dashboard 1 to dashboard 2, right?
Yeah, correct.
Then it should work directly.
Directly means those filters from the dashboard 2, which I have to take. That is my question.
I'm not sure what those dash filters from the dashboard 2 are.
So let's say on the dashboard 1 and dashboard 2, I'm using.
Yeah, so some Rahul is saying, can you please share your screen and show us the issue if possible? Because we are not able to get what you are seeing.
See, just I can explain. I'm not having on that my laptop that issue. See, Rajeshwar, you're sharing that Tableau or yeah, dashboard one. You take any filter.
Okay.
Okay, and take dashboard two. That is of with different data source.
Okay, the data source is different. Okay, here I think this is with this data source. I'm taking another sheet, and here I am taking something. I'm taking product name and then
And now
sales.
the same filter will be
Okay, okay, wait,
here.
wait. Product name is
This
from
should
second
it
data
is
source.
from second, na? Okay.
Product name and then sales. Okay. Now I am putting this in the second dashboard, which is okay. So you want to pass this filter onto this dashboard.
Yes, means which now if I take on second dashboard, just go on second dashboard. Now if I have to take filter, can we filters?
So which filter do you want to take?
That's only give that go on dashboard. I will tell you dashboard
No, we
two.
need to add it into filter shelf to get that.
Yes. So same filter, which from dashboard one, no, the same filter I have to apply. That
Okay, let me do one thing then.
that is order date. Okay. That means you apply same filter from same data source.
Okay, just a moment. Actually, because of relationship, you cannot use tables that are in relationships in your second as your secondary data source. So that is why it is showing you the error. So let me remove logical tables for both of them.
What was the error, Rajeshwar?
Whenever you are using any logical tables, right, more than one logical table, you cannot use such data source as a secondary data source.
Okay.
Okay,
Got it.
that error came after introducing relationships. Earlier it was not.
Yeah.
So yeah, so here he's asking for a filter, and I'm bringing this one. Yeah, got it.
So this filter is from the first dashboard itself, na?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I was using the different filter. Means on this dashboard, I'm using the filter of a different data source.
Okay, so you meant to say I'm adding category here.
And will that work if I'm using filter from different data source, or I should have to take?
You are using, so here this filter, whatever you are bringing here, right? So category. So this category filter that I have here is from my, where is this category filter? Okay. Let me try that again. What is this? I think it is. Okay. So this is from my secondary data source. Let me reduce the size of it. Yeah. So this is from my secondary data source and this is from my primary data source.
Okay. So how now navigation possible from 1 to 2?
Navigation.
Because I'm not able to pass that filter. Selected field. Okay.
Just a moment. I need to create that field as well. So this filter values you need to pass that.
Hmm.
Okay. We are applying the same thing. Yeah, I'm able to pass the values.
Because you have taken this filter from first dashboard.
Yes.
So that is my question. Which filter we have to take for dashboard 2? So it is sorted out now. I was
Okay, your question is okay.
huh,
When you are using the same filter, yeah, so you need to share the filter. Here the problem is you should not in this sheet, you should not again add the word, add it from the secondary this data source, the filter because it will be again an independent filter. But if you share the filter, you're sharing the same filter across.
so
Using that
for
apply to sheets option, right?
yes.
Pardon?
You mean that applying that filter from
Yeah,
apply
here
to,
we
yeah.
apply to selected worksheet.
Correct.
When you are doing this, this is called filter sharing. So when you
Correct.
use the filter sharing, whatever the filter that you are using here is an instance of this filter, the same instance. If the same place, if I have used an independent filter again rather than sharing filter, that filter and this filter is different. Now let me show you that once again. For that, you need not even have two data sources. Actually, single data source also, the same thing we can see. Now here,
Ha,
yeah.
yeah,
Any,
and now means both data sources are having same content, that's same components. That's
yeah,
why it is happening. But
yes,
if it is not the case, then it is difficult. We should have the same component in both the data source. Then
definitely
only
because
it
you
will.
are see when you are trying to filter that. No, what does filter does? Filter does based on whatever the row level. When I'm saying November 28, in the data, wherever the month is November and the year is 2018, only that data it is showing. So you need to identify, you need to find a column which will identify the data at the same level in the secondary data source also. If there that field is not there, you cannot apply that filter there, right?
Hmm.
So you need to have the linking field, you should be having that field. Then only you will get it.
Yeah, one more question is there. Now, on the second dashboard, I am having one parameter.
Okay.
In that three options are there, four options.
Okay.
Uh, and from dashboard 1 to dashboard 2, if I am
Okay.
navigating,
Okay.
shall I pass that parameter as well? Or I
See,
should have that parameter on dashboard 1 also?
no. Parameter values are not depend on your database, and parameter values will be loaded only when the workbook is opening. So once the workbook is opening, you can not change the parameter values, right? So it doesn't matter when you are using it in dashboard one or dashboard two. Wherever you use, they are independent of the data source.
But if on the first dashboard I am selecting, suppose the parameter is related to our category, that is
Okay.
furniture,
Hmm.
IT, and this is the parameter on the second dashboard. And
Okay.
if on first dashboard I am selecting somewhere, I am clicking on somewhere, and I am navigating to the dashboard 2. uh, Suppose on first dashboard I'm clicking on the furniture. Uh, shall
The
that
same value will be applicable on your secondary dashboard as well. Parameters have the same value anywhere in that workbook. They will not change. By that I mean, if I go to this sheet and here I'm creating one parameter, and from here I'm taking string in the list. It is adding a value from category. Right? I'm getting my value. So in my dashboard one, if I'm adding my parameter,
it is in dashboard 2 only?
doesn't matter any which ways. Even if it is in dashboard two, if I am adding my parameter, right? Now, if I select furniture here, or if I am selecting office supplies, if you come into dashboard one and if you take the parameter, same parameter and select parameter 3 here, let me go down here, it will be office supplies. If I'm changing it to technology, even here it will be technology.
No, but
Parameter values
on the
cannot.
first dashboard, it is not available, no parameter. That is my
Okay.
scenario.
If it is not, what do you want to achieve from here? That is what
Ha,
I'm.
okay. When I'm navigating from dashboard 1 to dashboard 2,
Mhm.
suppose this screen is about furniture, then on the dashboard 2, that parameter value should show furniture. If it is about IT infra, then it should
No.
show.
Parameters you cannot change like that. There is one
Ha,
way to change that,
ha, ha.
where using parameter actions, but you need to click on that text called parameter, text called technology. Only then it can be done. Based on action filters, changing parametric values is not possible.
Okay, now there I'm facing challenge actually,
You can
since
use filter there, right?
means
Rather than why do you want to show a parameter? If I show my category filter here, then it will only be showing
no,
those.
but the scenario is that with the help of parameter, I'm swapping the sheets
Okay.
on the dashboard too.
Okay.
So while click on the first dashboard, I will navigate to dashboard 2 and the sheet swapping will also be there. So that's why the parameter is required.
Now, what is your condition for sheet swapping?
Selection of parameter. Only
When you are
only this.
coming from dashboard 1 to dashboard 2,
Uh,
you are saying the swapping is happening.
no. After in this parameter selection is for the sheet swapping. Means if I select furniture, one cross tab will generate on the dashboard too. Then if I select technology, the other
Then
cross tab will
how is
generate.
it connected with what? How you are navigating from dashboard 1 to dashboard 2? How is that connected?
See dashboard from on dashboard one also the furniture option will be there. Okay, means some information about the furniture will be there. Some information of office supplies will be there, and some information about technology will be there at a time on a dashboard one.
Mhm.
Okay, so if I click on the information related to furniture, then it will navigate to dashboard 2, and I need that parameter should select automatically furniture.
Now see, let me resolve this here. Let
Uh,
me take.
just to interrupt, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, do you need like two actions on one click, like navigation as well as the parameter updation?
Yes.
So first thing is to get here if it is category, right? There is a way directly when it is sales. There is something a way using parameter actions where you can directly get that value into parameter. Here, let me take a parameter. I'm just taking string. I'm taking all. I'm not taking anything else. And then I am. Let me show this parameter. Right now, in this worksheet, I'm going into actions, add actions, and then parameter actions. In here, it will go into my parameter 4, and the field that is category aggregation is none. Let me click on OK and then OK. Now, whenever I select this, the parameter will change. Right now, I have another sheet. Here, I am having something called as segment and sales. And also for just for the clarity purpose, let me put category here. Right now, and let me show my parameter for. Now I'm coming to sheet 11, and here again worksheet actions, add action, which is filter action. I am taking sheet 11, right? Sheet 11. I'm going into sheet 12. Show all values based on selection. Click on OK. Then OK. Now, if I click on office supplies, I am going into sheet 12 and I'm showing office supplies. Even my parameter is changing to office supplies. Is that what you're looking for?
So in that case, I want parameter on the means a parameter on two sheets. The same parameter on the two sheets, right?
Okay. No, you need not. This, not that.
Okay, we can hide, but we should have it.
No, no. You should have parameter action, not parameter.
Okay, parameter action and
See, the parameter action I filled in here, the parameter action, whatever I'm doing here, is acting to fill the values into the parameter. There is no value called furniture. In parameter 4, there is no value called furniture. Sorry. There is no value called furniture in here or office supplies. How am I getting office supplies? Based on my selection, I'm popping the values into my parameter.
how you achieve this?
Just this, the after creating in the view worksheet actions, and let me remove this. Let me create this action once again. Add action, change parameter. Here, I'm selecting my parameter to which my value should go, and from which field it should be going is selecting here, and then I'm just clicking on OK. Nothing
That
fancy.
that customer category should be on the screen then, right?
Yeah, it should be on the screen.
Got it, got it.
Okay. Yeah.
And for the navigation, just
Filter action.
filter action. Okay.
Okay.
From sheet 11 to sheet 12.
Yeah.
Is that
Direct.
means
You
you are
can do
not
it in the dashboards as well.
you are not passing the parameter through that?
No, not parameter. There are two different actions. On the same click, two actions are being applied. One is filter action and the other is parameter action.
Got it.
Okay.
Hi, Rajeshwar.
Hey, hi.
So I do have two questions. One is like we do have multiple workbooks wherein we used a lot of dashboards. Okay, in the dashboards we are using multiple data sources from Oracle only, views and table names. Okay, is there any way that we can get all the view names which were used for specific dashboard? Like because we would like to have it data that shows about what are all the views used for each dashboard. Is there
You
any
can.
shortcut to?
Actually, there is something called data dictionary. This is a GitHub file. Actually, this is available. GitHub file will give you details about what do you say, whatever the fields that are present.
Okay.
There are admin views. There are the what do you say, the metadata of Tableau.
Okay.
Which will contain all such data, whatever the dashboard data and all that stuff. But you need to dwell into the data dictionary. There's a different files in here. Seeing these files.
Okay.
These are the data dictionary files of Tableau.
Okay.
So from these, you can get that. You need to study these tables, and in that, I think you can get into directly dashboards.
Spell check typo. Yeah.
So authoring mode, dashboards. If the view is dashboard, this. Okay, but there are underscore public. So you need to go into these tables and check the columns where there will be with workbook.
Okay.
And the views, whatever the workbook that you have in that, whatever the dashboards that you have, and whatever the views. I'm not sure if I can pinpoint you to that.
Okay.
But if you study these tables,
sure.
Right,
okay.
These data dictionary tables,
okay.
Then it might help you find the answer.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So
And another one. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Another one is like so.
Yeah.
Please?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So here in one workbook, what we used is like SQL with parameters.
Okay.
So in that, so when we are preparing it for example, in that assume like a manager, lead, team lead, like director, associate director, manager would be there. So if we are so associate director would be having a few other other managers or something like branches, and managers would be having some other branches, so like a branch of people. So what the thing is like, if we are in that dashboard itself in the initial page, okay, if the user enters the employee ID of those director, manager, okay, we are going to get those details using this SQL custom with parameters. Okay, so
Okay.
the thing is, so when we are doing this as a live connection instead of the extract, so what's happening is I'm able to access the dashboard, but so when I'm placing in the shared folder, so the people who are having the access to the entire database and everything, they are the true owners, they are not able to open that one, they're facing errors. So so saying like not having any access, but they are the, I'm using their credentials only to prepare all these things. But when I used on my desktop, but when I'm opening on my desktop, so I'm able to open the live connection workbook, but it's not working for them. So is there any kind of
So do they have Tableau in their machines?
yeah, they do have Tableau.
Tableau desktop, licensed Tableau desktop, they have Tableau.
Licensed only.
So you are having that license.
So
Okay, now you are embedding, you're sharing the workbook.
I'm just to actually it's not published one. I'm just copying the desktop file into that shared folder and keeping that one. So shared access is there like server somewhere like storage. So there I'm keeping that file
I
workbook. That's it.
think when you are doing that, whenever you enter, whenever you are they're trying to access the data source, the credentials that you have put might not be working for them.
No,
So
so I'm sorry here. So I didn't mention that. The thing is, the whatever the credentials they are using, right? So they are having the entire access to the database and everything. So
no, no. My point is, are they having access to that username, whatever the user? See, generally in our what do you say data, in our what do you say these, what we do is for people who had the developer end to access, for in order to go and access the database, we will have one username, one user with one user he is having access to that data source. So
okay,
whenever we connect to the data source, we will use that username.
okay, yeah,
So
correct.
whoever are having, now try to create one dummy username and give that using that so that username have, let them have, all them have that access. And then if they enter that, then the database is getting communicated with that username and that password, then it should work across all the users.
So, I'm sorry to correct you. The thing is, we both were using the same credentials here.
Okay.
Actually, the owner has given his credentials to me, so I'm also using the same.
Mm, so you are using the owner's credentials and you are able to access, and whenever they are getting connected, they are not able to access with
Correct.
the same credentials.
Yeah, correct. But so in that folder, when I'm keeping that in that shared folder, from there, so I'm giving to the access to some other person also. So like who is having the database admin and everything, he's also trying to access that one. He's also facing the same kind of issue. But when I'm trying to open that one in that same path, I'm able to open it in the live connection. But in the extract connection, there are no issues. Like everything, yeah.
Um,
Is there any problem with the SQL with parameters
do
without
one thing.
this?
Do one thing.
Okay.
Now create one user,
Okay.
one independent user.
Okay.
Again, it should not be the case because you are saying you are using the same credentials.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, can I say one thing, Rajesh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I got to know that whenever you are using parameter in the custom SQL, it will support only extract connection, not the live connection.
Uh-huh.
So when you are using a live connection, then it will not access to others also. Just
No,
I
but
got to
he's
know
saying
one.
he is getting the data, right? This guy, he is getting the data, even if he's using
Yeah,
parameter.
correct. I'm getting the data. Correct.
Okay, in live connection also.
Yeah, live connection also I'm able to access it. Correct.
Okay, okay. because of already actually I got one question in interview point of view. So interviews he said he explained to me like that only.
But
See,
again, if in the data source, if you are using parameter and it is applicable on extracts only, I'm not sure. I think it should be applicable on direct data source. Because if I'm not sure, if I'm not wrong, the parameters that you use in data source are not advised if
Okay.
you are using an extract, because it will change the, it is at the data connection level itself you are using the parameter, right?
Correct.
So I think live connections only should work with that parameter. Extract should not. Because every time you change the parameter, the total extract should be created once
Yeah,
again.
every time in the extract mode, every time we are refreshing that one. Whenever we
No.
enter the data, yeah.
My point is here,
Yes, please.
I'm not sure if I can generate that. Like in here, I'm going to new data source and Oracle. Actually, my username was not working, otherwise I would have shown this. So when the parameter that you are using is in the custom SQL that you are writing,
Yeah,
is connecting to the data source.
correct.
Now, how is that applicable to the extract? Because whenever after that query getting executed, whatever the data you get, that is where you'll use your extract, right?
Correct.
If you are using it in parameter with the SQL, then
This is
every time
already
I change my, okay, got connected. Great. Now here, if I'm bringing my this new custom SQL here, and you mean to say this parameter, right?
yeah, correct.
This
Correct.
we are using when we are connecting to the data source.
Correct.
So how can we apply this to the extract? Because whatever the output of this on that extract is created, right?
Correct.
So when I change my parameter, obviously the extract that is already existing is does that no longer matters now?
Well, of course, each time they would like to access like this only. I don't know why they have specific to this one. Amma,
No,
sir,
no.
silent one, Amma. Yes, please. Sorry.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. So the thing is, like, they would like to. So they do have different category of employees, right? So based on that, they would like to see the stats of the peers and employees who are reporting to them. Okay, the detailed dashboards are prepared
Can
according to
you
that.
can
Yeah,
you do me one thing?
please.
Oh, later this. Can you send me a screenshot of whatever the credentials are, like mask those credentials, but can you send a screenshot of what you are sending?
Sure, sure.
And
I'll send the
also
screenshot of parameter tables.
what error they are getting.
Definitely, definitely.
Because that way I'll be, because now it is a vast area to discuss about where the error is going.
Yeah, correct.
So rather than that, we can pinpoint, okay, this is the thing that is causing that.
Yeah. But if it should not work, it should not work for me as well, right? Live connection, if it is having the drawback.
No,
Okay.
no,
But
that should not be a live connection issue.
yeah,
Because I think parameter in SQL should work only for these, what do you say, live connections only rather than extract, if I'm not wrong.
okay.
Okay. But I'm not telling that to you 100%. I need to check that. Then only I can assure you that that is right. I
But
might be wrong in this place, but that is what I think it is.
yeah, but we are working with extract as well. It's working fine with that extract.
I believe when I used in extra, it was working for me.
Oh, great.
When
Then
the
I
custom,
might be in
yes,
my.
when the custom SQL was written, the parameter was on basis of date, and we were
Correct.
filtering on that parameter. Suppose where maybe we are putting the parameter,
Oh,
and suppose your date, whatever is been selected,
so it is
that will
working
apply
on
only
live
the custom
connection
data.
as well, or only on
I
extract?
did not check on live because our connection was extract, but that was working fine for. But I check for live and I'll update you in our group only. I'll update Telegram.
Okay.
Wala.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, by today end of the day, I'll update it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Rajesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, any other doubts?
Yeah, nothing much. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
So Rajeshwar, like one question about this embedding the password. So that
Okay.
with the when we embed the password on the server in
Mhm.
the data source connection, so we when we publish it with embedded password with the connection, right?
Yeah.
So that password which we embed, though that will be used whenever we query, or it will be just used only for refreshing the extract. So
No,
since
whenever you are refreshing the extract, it should, right? See, the
yeah,
embedded
yeah, that is fine.
password is
Yeah,
only for refreshing the extract.
correct. Now, no, my question is, since the extract is published and extract is created, let's say on the server, or it is published from our Tableau desktop to server, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So whenever we are running any report, or whenever we are trying to connect any create any visualization report, so that time it won't traverse through or navigate using the that password, right? It
No,
just
no, no,
directly
no.
will hit the extract.
See, the password that you embed when you are
Mhm,
creating an extract
mhm,
is only used when you create a refresh extract. It may be full refresh or an incremental
mhm,
refresh. Then, when it is communicating with the data source,
mhm.
it needs certain authentication to get the data.
Correct.
So, for that authentication, we use this embedded password.
Okay, but it doesn't has to do anything with the fetching the data from the extract, right?
No, from fetch. See, when again, there are two different phases. One, getting the data from data source to here using when using extract, that authentication is different.
Mhm.
Now, showing the users their, like, which user wants to see which data. Now, if you're controlling that, then that is row level filter, row level security. That's the
Uh,
difference.
no, 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 no. The no data security or no row level security. It is just that I embedded the password, I extracted the data source, extract is created, and refresh is set. Now I'm connecting to the data source, right? So whenever I am trying to bring any columns
Yeah,
from
it
the
is from extract. It is getting from extract. It is not
so,
connecting to the
so
database.
that embedded password has nothing to do with that, right?
No, no, no.
Okay, okay. And one more thing, like if my extract is being refreshed right now, like I have created the extract and another schedule is triggered. So that time, whenever users are trying to access that extract, would there be any lapse or any?
No, no, no. Because extract once the total extract is done.
Mhm,
See now, let me talk about this in a different way. Now you are using an extract. You are using a dashboard with an extract.
mhm.
You have put a extract refresh.
Correct.
If the extract refresh is failed, is that affecting you, stopping you from using the dashboard?
No.
Because what it is all or none operation.
Okay.
If it is total extract is successful, then the existing extract is replaced by the new extract.
Mhm.
Else, the old extract will be working.
Okay, so
So
me.
this, yeah,
Okay, got it. Okay. So mean the time when the next run completes the extract process, the previous version will be used. So if it is failed,
is the
then also
previous.
previous one will use.
Yes,
Will be used.
yes,
If
accurate.
it
Yes,
gets succeeded, then the later version will be used.
yes, yes.
Okay. And one more follow-up question, like that assume referential integrity for join and assume referential integrity in terms of relationship. Are these two different things?
Uh, in a way, yes. See, assume referential integrity is just like, I'll tell you one real time example. Okay,
Mhm, mhm,
like real time how transaction happens between us, and based on that, we'll go to assume referential integrity.
mhm,
So I, you, and Shrikant, we three are present, and Peter, four
mhm,
people are present here.
mhm.
Now I have given some around 30,000 to you,
Okay.
and Shrikant is the one who is present there. And I have given 40,000 to Peter, and Shrikant is present there.
Mhm.
Now, the authentication of this transaction, that authentication of his transaction is based on how authenticate Shrikant is. He should be an independent third party.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I've given you 30,000. Tomorrow, we might collude and you say we have given you 60,000.
Mhm.
And if Srikant's word is final, then you have to pay 60 where you took 30 only.
Correct.
Now, coming back to the assume region of referential integrity. In assume region of referential integrity, what you are saying is, if you are joining two tables or in the relationships also the same,
Mhm.
when you are joining them, you are saying For every record in table A, there is a record in table B.
Correct.
So if this is right, now generally this exists. I can 100% can say only when it is primary key and foreign key relationship, right?
Correct.
So if I am saying this, then what Tableau does is for every record, it will not go to the first table and will authenticate whether this record, the join is existing or not, and do the aggregation. It will not do that. It will not consider the first table and will do aggregations or any manipulations in the second table.
Okay.
So the moment you gave assume referential integrity, and this integrity is not holding, the data that you are getting is not accurate. So this will stand the same. Now here, whoever is ticking that, whoever is ticking this assume referential integrity, somewhere it should come here. So that person, right? Here. That person is Srikanth here. So if he clearly knows that that is present and he is ticking this, then data is perfect. Else it is not.
Okay.
Right? So that is the advantage. Now, why do you not assume referential integrity? Is because you are making it function faster, because it need not create a join every time. Now it need not create that join whenever it wants to create a calculation. It can use that single table and can create the calculation.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it. Yeah.
And sorry, Srikanth, for him, extremely sorry. Just for that example.
Yeah, Rayapati.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nizam here. Did you get a chance to check on the interview questions?
No, that was more like a dashboard building, right? Not an interview question. I've gone
Okay.
through, like
Okay.
you were given data and you were
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
to
yeah.
do some that. So that I'm afraid here it is not possible. Let me work on that, because I thought I opened that.
Okay,
I
okay. No
thought it
issues.
would be interview questions, but I couldn't find any interview questions there.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
Yeah, might be we'll discuss.
yeah, we can discuss that like mostly in the next session or something.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Yeah.
I think in the next week, we can put one session on just building that dashboard with that data. I'll plan for a session.
Okay, sure.
Exclusively with the data that you have given, and let's see
Okay.
what dashboard we can build on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Rayapati, can I ask one question?
Rayeshwar, there is one question you have asked. I mean, one person asked in Telegram group, like how to create bar chart with shaded bar chart. You said you will be attending this in the session.
Oh, yeah. So something like this, right? I really feel Kalpana should have been present here today. She's expert in these. So see, this is category, and I'm bringing this. Where is this? I'm bringing my sales here. Right now, here I'm taking. Right now, I'm creating a dual axis, and here let me both of them be bars. Okay. Yeah. Now I am going here and I'm making this as gray color. Is that what he is? This is the one he asked, right, Srikant?
I think that is like a bar in bar chart like that. I mean, in this bar only we can see shading bar again.
I didn't get you.
I think I see Srikanth asked that bar in bar chart like that only.
Yeah,
Shading.
Shaded.
Yeah, this one. Yes.
And we can even manipulate it.
Yeah.
Sizes. If I'm let me do that as well. So here, if I come here and if I decrease, not here, this one. If I come here and I decrease the size of it, right? This makes more sense.
Yeah.
So nothing. See here, let me come from the start and show you how I've done that. So this everything, like just dragging the sheets. Now I want to create an axis. So I want to create a new axis. So anything you can take min of one, average of one. I'm just taking just to create a dummy axis. This will help me in creating a dummy axis, and it is one, so it will be uniform for all of these, right? Then I'm going to create a dual axis on this, and you are getting this because the sum of sales is going to the back side and average of one is coming in the foreground. So I'm just shifting these so that I'll get my sales in the top, and then editing colors only. You can all do that, and then you can alter the sizes of it. Okay. Yeah, so next doubt.
Yes. Actually, at what situations the dashboards will not appear in the server level? I mean, already existing dashboards available, but some situations the dashboards will not appear. So, at what situations we are not see the dashboards in the server?
You are seeing it in the workbook.
No, server. I'm asking the server.
No, you are able to access that dashboard in your workbook, but you are not able to access it in server.
Yes.
So there are two things.
Okay.
Is row level security applied on that?
No, actually, I'm just asking interview question, but I don't know exactly what
See,
happens.
one thing is, even whoever is having access to that dashboard,
Okay.
whoever is not having access to that dashboard, first
No,
thing
they
you
are having. Actually, the management having the I mean, access to the to see the dashboard in the server, but at fine day the dashboard will not appear because of some changes in the dashboard, something data source level. I think they said like that only, but I could not understand the entire question that.
no, but as far as my understanding goes, like if you have given access for a dashboard data, sir, if a
Okay.
dashboard user, whoever using end user,
Yes.
is access to have see the south data.
Okay.
Okay, something happened and south data is not present. Then the data refresh, south data didn't come. Then
Okay.
obviously, then he cannot see the data, right?
Okay.
So someone, if the dash, it is others can see it, only specific people cannot see it, right?
Yeah.
So that is the thing. The row level security that they have been assigned to, for that there is no value.
Even the role of secretary also, they have access for the particular reason, right? Even sometimes they could not see the data, the dashboards in the server level. So at what scenarios we can't see? He interviewer asked me.
This I am not sure, because if he has access to the data and that data is present in the dashboard, then he should be able to see that.
Yeah, but he said that something data source level some changes happened, so that at that time the dashboards will not appear in the server level.
So that is what I'm saying. In the data source, the data is not present. When
Oh,
the refresh occurs,
okay, okay, okay.
the
Yes,
data is not present.
yes.
So and earlier the south data is there. He's able to see that. Now
Uh-huh.
the south data is not there. So obviously it
Okay.
will not be visible for him, right? Because
Okay,
there is
so
no
this is not appear in the data source level. That's why
yeah.
not
So that
appearing
is
in
what
the
he
dashboard.
clearly told you in the data source what is happening. So in
Okay,
the data
okay.
source that data is not present. So that is why he's not able to view
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I got it. I got it.
Okay.
I mean, see, in the data source level, why the data will not be changed? That data will not be appear.
See, in that you might have the if you say you are having data source filters which are giving you only monthly data, 1 month data,
Okay.
and in this month there is no south data. Like my
Oh,
data gets refreshed once in every month. Imagine
okay, okay, okay.
till yesterday it was previous month data. In that south data is present. In this
Exactly.
some pandemic like Corona happened, every shop is closed for a month in that south region. Then obviously he cannot see that data.
Yeah. Yes, yes. I got it. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for clearing. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, hi Rajesh. Sure, I do have two questions.
Yeah.
Like I'm new to Tableau and I got a requirement from our business.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to, for example, I will take the product name They want to see top 10 sum of the product name by profits and bottom 10 product name by profits, and the same way as well as the average for the top and the bottom. And the global filter, they want the year, country, and the product name.
Can you come once again? Same question. You are one top 10.
Top 10 products by profit.
Okay.
Along with the bottom 10.
Okay.
They don't want to see in a single chart. They want to see in a different chart. So
you want to see in a
different chart, not in the same charts.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. As well as the average for the top 10 and bottom 10 in the below two charts.
Okay.
Yeah. And I want here the problem what I'm getting is like for example they want by profit, right? If the in the row level, if the profit is below 8, they don't want to see it in the dashboards. Below 8, they will consider it as
If the profit is below
8.
If the profit is below 8,
I'm
8.
Not, 8, yeah. I'm not about like I'm not saying of sum of profit. I'm just in the lower level. In the lower level, if the value is 8, they don't want to see in the total values below 8.
Okay.
Yeah. And one more thing, in the product name, they don't want to see. They want to exclude two product names. For example, I can take it as a null.
Wait, let us work on this. You mean to say first thing is you don't want to consider the profits that are less than 8.
Yeah, less than 8.
So profit or aggregation of profit?
Not aggregation. I'm talking about the row level. In the single row
Row
level,
level,
I'm talking.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So less than 8, then it is greater than 8, then profit. 8. Profit greater than 8, then I need, okay, then I need to show, so here only this profit is considered. So on this they need top 10, right?
Yeah, on this they need top 10 and bottom 10.
So obviously customer products, right? Let me go to product name, and in product name I'm creating asset, and in this top by field 10, profit greater than 8, right? Now let me click on OK. So this is my top 10 products. These are my top 10 products. So the same way you want bottom 10 as well, right?
Oh yeah, okay. Like what I did is like I just did the normal filter. Like I filtered by top 10 some of the products, which is like top 10 some of the profits, and I added a profit into the filter shelf, and I converted into continuous. I excluded
No,
one.
then you are using it on aggregation, right? You are not using on row level.
Okay, okay. So I'm not getting the exact value. Okay, okay. So this way we have to do, right?
Yeah, because you want, first thing is, see, whenever you are building such thing, first you need to look at the measure level. Here you are clearly stating you want to whatever the top 10 you are considering. For that, your primary condition itself is getting profits or considering only those profits that are greater than 8 at the row level. So first, based on that, create your measures, and on that create your top 10. Because whenever you are creating a top 10 set, right? Now, when you go to top, here the condition what you are writing is on measure. That
Yeah.
is on an aggregation. So first, if you get this, then you can get all this.
Like we already created one profit greater than 8, right? So we can use a direct filter, right? Like a direct top 10, right? Without a user set also, we can create top 10, right?
Yeah, you can try that.
Okay. So now I want to exclude 2 more product names.
You want to
exclude 2 more product names.
How do you want to exclude?
As per my client data, we're getting one row as like null. We have to exclude that null, and as well as getting one value as 66.
No, but
so
I think here, okay, you want to exclude null. Then you can come here by formula is not is null of product. This will remove any nulls that are present in the product name.
And in addition to that, we need to include another
Yeah.
product name.
Then product name is equal to, let me bring it to the next line. We can put the product name here. Here I'm using
66.
I'm taking Canon.
Okay, anything is fine.
You can put that here and we can get that. Okay. That ways you can. You got it?
Okay. You added this formula in the set. You added this condition, right? In this formula.
I didn't get you.
Like you wrote this formula in the set, right?
In the set itself, yes.
Okay.
In the set, in the condition tab, I'm writing it.
Can you go to the top tab? Now we're in a condition tab. Go to tab.
Just a moment. Let me remove this. Yeah.
Okay, so we can use both filters.
Yeah, we can use both. If you come to general, see here it will be showing. In the condition, it is saying not is null of product name, and in the limit, it will show you whatever you have. You can use more than one.
Okay. I thought like we can use only one.
So... No. You can use it more than.
So what will work first? Is the condition or top 10?
First, I think condition will work, and that top 10 will work. Okay. Because condition will actually filter is here you are filtering the data. This is the row level. First thing will row level will work. Here you are doing it at the row level. And here this is at the aggregation level. So first this will work condition and then the top 10 will work.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And one more thing, like we want the global filters as a country. Year.
Take that. Yeah. Country.
And drag it. So
we can take state because in this we will not have country. So let me take state or region we can take.
Yeah, anything is fine. Yeah. Region and the year.
Okay. Year, order, date. Okay.
And the product name.
And the product name. Okay.
Okay,
now,
we are showing
if you want top 10, then you need to convert these into context filters.
Yeah, so have to convert the product name also or reason in year?
No, not the product name. This year of order date and region. These two you need to convert them into context.
Okay.
Then only you'll get it. Because the top 10 whatever is being applied is after these two selections only it is getting applied on the data that is given by these context filters.
Yeah, okay. Can we use the same set for the average also, or we need to make another set?
What average?
Like we have created one set, right?
For average, because here in this, no, not this here, the product name set here, whatever we are using. Here we used some here, right? So here we cannot use the same. You need to create one more set for the average.
So for bottom 10 also,
you have to create one more for bottom 10.
Right?
And if you have average, then again you need to create one average for a top and one average for bottom.
Okay, like without creating set, like when like a direct filter, can use it like in the product name?
Top 10 without using sets, if you want to create, then you need to resort to table calculations.
Ranking.
Yeah, ranking or index.
Yeah. So in the table calculation, the rank based on that. But for your requirement, I think this should suffice.
Yeah, okay. I'll try this and I'll validate whether the output is coming or not. Yeah. Actually, I used the rank function. I used the rank unique and the sum of sales and average of sales by descending order.
Yeah. So rank also you can use, but again for you, in order to use rank, again you need to have the dimensions in the view also. So that is one other issue with that.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll try this method. In addition to that, I have one more thing. Like
Okay.
we have data for 120 countries, and we have to restrict the each user by data by their related countries, respective countries.
Each user, then you can use user filter, right? Here.
But create user filter I have to manually do it for the 120 countries, right? Is there any way that
Okay. So you
if it is
mean,
four regions, it is easy possible. Like I can manually map it to the each country for each person. But I have, for example, you can take for one user they have to access for all the countries. For some users they have to only for three countries.
then you need to go for something called as entitlement tables.
Sorry.
So when you are restricting user by region, you should be having one more table, right? Or here, okay, you mean to say you have a data, so you have your data and you have your customer data separately, the normal and the users data separately you have, right?
Yeah, like we have, I
So
have users
then
data separate.
you can join both the tables, right? So they here and there both the places there is a there is a country field, right? Here the
Yeah, in the main table I have country field, right? Yeah.
and then you can directly create the join based on country.
So I have to create another Excel and I have to.
Yeah, another table, get that user table. Now create a join based on the country. Only if the country names are matching, then the data for that, only for that, the data will be visible. So if that user is there, for him, that certain country should match, right, with this country, then only he'll see the data. He can directly, you need not write any, you create any user filter at all.
Yeah, okay. Thereafter we can use the contents. Okay, I'm getting okay. For example, I can take my name as
Let us
Cesar.
do this here. Let us do this
Yeah,
here.
okay, yeah.
In people, I have people data here. Now here, this is region and this is region, right? Now rather than doing this, what I am planning on doing is I will, yeah. So country is equal to country. Yeah, obviously, if you can directly join country is equal to country, right? Now, this data, whatever he is seeing here, right? Now, the data will be joined based on the country. Then in the view, whatever you are creating, then I am writing a calculated field. If region, this region is equal to region, like the state from your people, like your customer data, right? Then, right? Now let me click on apply. Okay, and I'm putting that in here. This will, now it will directly show you true, but this will give access only to that country which customer has access, right? The user has access. So by that you can directly get it.
Okay, can you show me can you show how to create that user table user and along with the country?
You should have that, right? So whatever the users that your company should create a table, just two columns, right? This is user and this is country. Now
Yeah,
if
okay.
here, if the user is having one country data, now if it is Rajeshwar, then it is India, right? Just like this, a table.
Okay, if I have if you have for 120 countries, should I
Yeah, this data somewhere you should have that users and their country data, right?
yeah,
So this
actually
is the,
they provided me Excel with the username along with the country.
you can join that
But
Excel.
yeah, but here the issue is my manager told this is not the proper way. For example, if your name is Rajeshwar, right? If you need 120 country access, they're duplicating your name as 120 names and
Need not, okay. Uh, then in the same, I'm not sure if this how much accurate this works, but in calculation 5, at it, Here I'm writing if region is equal to region, right? Rather than writing this, then you can write. Now here in the entitlement table, if I want the whole, I'm just taking this as null. Okay. If I want access to 180 countries, then I'm saying is null of region from the customer table. Then I'm saying true. Else if the region is equal to that region, then true. Now what happens? If I'm having blank in here, then I will get access to all the countries.
Okay, okay. I tried in a separate way, like in the country shelf, like in the country column, I wrote like all.
And then, if then you can take this as like this. Even this will work.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. This. Even this should work. But the same all should be present here as well. Then only it will work.
Okay. Can we open that calculation once? Okay. If reason people mean this is the table, like this is our user table.
This is from the user's table, yeah.
Okay, and the below we can see the main
You
table.
are joining if there is, see, first thing is it will, if all is present in if else condition, first this will execute, and if this is wrong, if this is false, then it will come here. So first, whoever are having all, they'll get all access, and the rest will get access based on their country or region, whatever access they have.
Yeah, okay, okay. So I think here we have to use the left join, right? But the main table with the user table, left join will work.
Inner join, inner join.
Inner join, okay.
Inner join is the best because you want only matching data, right? So it's always better to go for inner join.
Okay. What I thought, like in the main table we have a country.
But if you are saying left outer join, he will be getting data even if it is not matching, right? So it's better to go for inner join.
I got it. Yeah. Okay. I will try this and if we get as an
So,
I didn't get. Yeah, someone is asking. Go ahead.
Hi Rajeshwar.
Hi.
Yeah, I have a scenario like in my database, I have one received date and process date.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay. What happened? Yeah.
Yeah, Rajeshwar.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
I am a newbie. I wanted to know this drill down with set actions.
Drill down with set actions. I think
Yeah,
there's a
like
video in my channel on drill downs with set actions.
I'm getting confusing. Like sometimes we have to go with set actions or parameter actions. Can you elaborate? Like at what time I have to go for set actions, at what time I have to go for parameter actions.
See, set actions is when you have two dimensions, and you want to pull some other dimensions. So you want to use those dimensions, like here. Here, I created a set, right? If you create a set on segment, I'm just selecting anything, doesn't matter. Now here I'm writing a calculated field. If segment set and customer sorry, then customer name is segment. Okay. Dragging this calculation section here, and now here I'm having my segment just too huge. Other than that, let me go to category and subcategory. EX category set. I'm selecting anyone. Apply OK. And then I'm creating a calculator set. If category set, then and subcategory else. Right? Okay, I'm bringing this calculation 7 in here. And now if you see, based on my selection, now this, like if you see, bring my category here. Now you see you're getting directly your subcategory values. Now if I go to worksheet and if I go to actions and add action parameter, set action, assigning values to the set is category set, keep set values. Okay. And I'm clicking on this, whatever I'm clicking, based on that, I'm getting action filter. Just a moment, guys. Yeah, so here, why am I taking this filter action is taking? Set values. Okay, add. So if I'm select, yeah, so here, okay, this is causing issue. Now if you see, whenever I select my category, I'm getting the related subcategory. So here, this you can use set action. The difference between using a set action and a parameter action is, if you want a single point selection, if you have only single point selection, then you can use parameter action. But if you have multiple point selection, then you can use set action. Okay, this is one basic way of basic difference between set action and parameter action.
Like, can you say like parameter means single view means
Single selection, not view, single selection.
single selection? Yeah, like what is the difference?
It is
Can you elaborate?
I'm getting a reason, lot of reason. Hello.
Yeah, like single selection means if I want to select only once, I have to go for parameter action, right?
Yeah. So if you want to select for only one value, and see, parameter actions are different. Parameter actions, see, in the view level, if you want to change, you can select set action also for even one selection. But parameter actions are mostly, they are used for two things. Earlier, what I have showed, assigning values, dynamic values to parameter based on selection. That is one thing. Like if I have this parameter 4, right? Now, if I go to worksheet actions and if I take change parameter, and here if I'm saying it is 4 and if I'm saying it is category, right? Now, based on my selection, the parametric values are changing. Now, what you want to do with this is a different stick. You can use this in a different place in a calculation or anywhere, and you can change the parameter values. Actually, for parameters, if you go and see here, there is no values given. We gave all, that's it. We didn't give office supplies, we didn't give furniture or not. So if you want to change, if you want to base, if your calculations are based on your parameter and you want to change those parameters based on your parameter values based on your selection, then go for parameter actions. And if you want to build certain drill downs using dimensions, then go for set actions.
Yes, yes, got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can you show this calculation field one more time regarding the set actions?
Set action calculations. No, there's nothing actually. First, I created a set, and with that set, I created if the category set. What if I'm selecting my set value? What should it give me? And else the rest of the set rest all right in the same dimension, whatever the rest all, what they should give.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you add a set action to that, then it will become dynamic.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hi, Rajeshwar.
Hi, hi, hi.
So my question is like, currently in Excel, uh, we want to create a turnaround time chart, right? Which will be in progress bar form. So it is like which will cover the 90 days period of order receipt to the dispatch, which will be happen between 90 days of period. So I want to create a progress bar with conditional formatting, which will be like if sub process between this 90 days period is created in the particular time, and if it has taken a more time, then it should be in red color, and if it is created before that particular period, then it should be in green color. So that kind of thing is possible with this Tableau, because I am very new to Tableau, so little
Okay.
confused.
So let us take. Let me take order ID.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me take the difference between uh, ship date and dispatch order date. It will give us the
Yeah.
number of days. Apply. I'm bringing this. So now your question is, you have certain reference where you have a reference like it is like for 2 days. Now I'm adding here. I'm
Yeah.
making a constant line here. And here I'm adding 2. So anything below this should be one color, and anything above this should be one color, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Then
Correct.
just if okay, okay, apply, okay, and let me set the yeah. So I'm bringing this into color, right? This is what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah, but is it possible like the process like at right side of this order ID, I'll be having sub processes like order receipt, then production, then quality check, and the final step is dispatch, right? So I
Okay.
want to add in that form like this. I am able to see this line black, right? This black line. Before the black line, it should be green, and like right side of this black line, it should be in red or orange, whatever the color.
Okay. Okay. So what
Is it possible? I mean,
it is not, no, no, it is nothing like it is not possible. It is
okay.
possible. Yeah. So the thing is, you need to get these as okay, 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 okay. Let me do one thing. Days to ship, right? I'm not sure. I'm just trying this.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, this is missing. Uh, mm, the thing is, I need to be able to divide this. Okay, just a moment. Wow, I
Uh, I
think
guess window, we can use window and we can do.
you mean to say window.
We need to check out. That is the signal. Whatever is
Okay,
below that line,
yeah. So
that
you
should
mean
be
Yes.
red,
you mean
and
to say
window that should be.
okay, okay. If window underscore uh, sum of ship dates, day to ship, comma first, comma first plus two, then 14 else. Why did I do wrong? Okay, okay, okay. If sorry is equal. Mm, Ultra did this some ways. Not sure. Did that.
Rajeshwar, hello.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
yeah.
basically, we want to have the scenario is like that only, na? The whatever are less than that line, that should come in another color, and
No, no,
whichever
no, no.
should come in green and red.
Till
That is it.
this bar, no, no,
Hmm.
this bar till this line, here it should
Hmm.
show green and here it should show red.
Right, right.
Oh, got it.
So
That will
How
be
about doing
good.
that one like earlier you have done with one of the scenarios like taking dual axis and hiding that one in the back end?
no, but for a dual. Okay, wait. I think you gave me the idea. Okay, let me try that, please. Thank you for that idea, but again, I'm not sure if sum of pays to ship is uh, less than or equal to 2, then sum of pays to ship and right. Let me bring this calculation 10 in here. Okay, now I'm using dual axis and I'm taking bars in here, not lines, bars. And okay, synchronize axis. Okay, no, let me let the calculation 10 again, just a moment. Okay. Oh. Now I'm creating a dual axis. I'm synchronizing axis. Perfect. Yeah, thank you for that suggestion.
Yeah.
But again, here, whatever the constant, if you have only certain amount, the fixed amount, then this can work. Else, you need to automate this calculation. Then you need to automate this by the number that you want to show. If it is 90 days, then you can put 90, or you can make this as a parameter.
Okay.
Right?
I got it.
But this is a quick way of doing, but I still believe there is a direct way rather than this workaround. There should be a more standard way to do this. I'll work on it.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Rajesh.
Well. So yeah, any more doubts, guys? This is by far the longest doubt session I had. 3 hours, 15 minutes.
Yeah, it is
Oh,
already 3 hours, 15 minutes,
Yeah.
Rajesh.
But again, I'm always in for doubts, so you can ask. If you have any doubts, I'm still there.
Rajesh, sure, like already a few minutes we spoke regarding that rollout security, right? We need to add another one more table along with the username and country. You told me to do the inner join. You told me to do the inner join, right?
Yes, yes.
But in the in my main table there is no column like all, right? In my main table we have only country names, but in our secondary table we use the value in the country column as all. If you use inner join, so it will not match, right?
No, why shouldn't it? Now here I showed you two different ways. Here when joining, okay, you mean to say when it is all, it will not
Match with the main table, right?
okay, got your point, got your point. Here you mean to say here when you are using in this condition, when you are using all, those countries might not come.
Yes, right. There is no field in the main table like all, right?
Got your point. Then just a minute, let me think on this. So if you want, if you are all in there, then how to get the total total? But even if you use a left join, Okay, yeah, now it makes sense. If you take a left join here and you can get all the data, then again here you will be getting the matching data only.
But even if, even if
Okay.
you took the left join, you will not get like uh,
No,
the
here the condition now, I think the condition should be, it is like if uh, region, even then it should work for left join then. Yeah, then left join should work if, because if region of people is equal to all, then true, right? So when you are saying now it is rather than based on all, so when our region it is null, if it is all in this side, then it should get the total data for us. So to get the total data, then get the total data, get the total data.
Or else, does grouping works here?
Grouping doesn't, and grouping is not dynamic. That is one other problem.
Okay.
But I think as per his lead, we can apply set on this. Okay, now here, let me take, I'm creating my country names. Here I'll be taking my state name. I'll be creating a set. And here I'll be selecting use all. Okay. And in creating here, I'm writing if region filter of people is equal to all, then it's, but again when we are doing this, the problem is how to get the data, total data in here. Yeah, even you should using left join. Okay, else it's not region people. Okay, it should be region set, not a state set, but again then region is equal to region. So here we are first, this should be a region set. Let me go here and go to region. So rather than state set, I'm taking region. Now you are taking a left join in there and you are taking a region set in here. So using this condition, if you take a left join, region of people is equal to all, then you are taking region set saying, I want all the regions, because in our region set, we have resorted to use all. So all the things, all the regions that are present will be used. Else, we'll filter the people by this condition. Now try this once and let me know if this is working.
yeah, okay. Okay, I will use this in the. I think I have to use this in the main user data source filter, right? That is a second
Yeah.
most.
No. Don't use it in the data source filter. Here, just based on the countries, you do the joins, right? And take a left join. So when you are taking a left join, even if that user is assigned with that country or not, you will get the total country's data. And filtering, giving the access to that user, we are basing on this condition. Okay.
Okay.
Because if we apply this condition in here again, I'm not sure if this would reflect the total data or not. So rather than that, I think it should. You can try it as a data source filter as well. But first try as a view level filter so that you need not do all these manipulations. First, if that it is giving at the view level, then try it as a data source level, and then you can implement it. Okay.
Yeah, okay, I'll try this way.
Oh,
Hi Rajeshwar.
hi, hi.
I have a requirement like in my data source, I have received date and process date.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show the number of notices processed in the received date and process date. I am trying using the dual axis that I am using one measure with two dimensions. Is it possible? I am getting the count wrong.
Raishur, yesterday we have discussed, no? I have
Okay, okay.
that one.
So you mean to say here you have so like you have ordered the start date. So for every notice that you have there,
Yeah.
for every notice there is a start date and end date. That is what you're saying, right?
No, it's not like start date and receive end date, Rajeshwar. Like we are getting a received date today, and it might get processed in today, or it might get processed tomorrow also.
Okay.
But I want to show the data in single sheet, like dual
My
axis.
question attached to this is if you are getting it today, you are getting the received data today.
Yeah,
So in the same row, you are having another column like processed date. Once that is processed, that processed date column is getting updated.
yeah, yes,
Okay. So now you want to get the orders processed in today's orders received and orders processed, both you want in one sheet.
yeah, yes.
But wait, like it is same as this one, right? Because here my order ID, it is generated on a based on my order ID, my order date is generated. Just like a notice, you got a receive date, right?
Okay.
And when it is shipped, when the product is shipped, the day it is shipped, I'm getting my ship date. Like the receiving, the resolve date that you have, it will be getting here. Right?
Yeah, but the result that I am getting hourly basis. I have my requirement like for 11:30, 12 notices get processed. For 1 to 2 p.m. two got processed. So I'm just fixing the date. I'm just getting the count.
No, my point is the row that you are having, the data that you are having is per notice that you are receiving.
Yeah, yes, per notice.
So if I receive a notice, like it can be a date, that is the day level or the hour level or a minute level. Now
Yeah,
my
okay.
point is when you receive your data, the row of your data is with order date. You are getting your order for this is your notice. For whenever the notice is received, you are getting a date and time,
Yes.
right? And whenever it is processed, right?
Yeah.
Then also like you are getting date and time, right?
Yeah, yes.
So now what do you want to represent?
I want to show in the same sheet how many are processed, how many are received.
So Rajeshwar, here we want to show like order date in the view, two date dimensions in the view, along with the notice one, notice
Now
measure.
here, let me bring order date. So I am taking it. So let me take it at the month level. Okay, just to keep the view intact. I'm bringing the ship date, and I'm to taking this at the month level. And I am bringing my order ID.
So here the problem is Rajeshwar, if you are taking only one order ID, if the both axes are separate, then the values are correct. When you are combining the axis, as the order ID is in the same axis, the values are not representing correctly.
Okay, let's do for dual axis and see the condition.
No, that will not change because that is measure. Uh, both will change at a time.
Okay. So here, see whatever is being represented here, these two values are now here that on in January 2018, 28 orders are received. Okay. Sorry. In January 2018, 32 orders are received. And in that, 28 orders are delivered in that month only. So that is what these two lines are saying. Okay. Now here, see, if it is if it is month of order date, I'm getting 32. And if it is month of ship date, I'm getting 28. Now, if you go ahead and count this, right? I'm getting my order ready and order date in the month. And then let me make this discrete. Let me bring it in here. Now, in this month, whatever we have taken, let me do one thing again. Let me bring this to filter here. And let me select Jan 2008. How many are delivered? 32 orders are placed in this month.
Okay.
Okay. So that is what this is showing.
This
And
this
the
we have
same,
already done it, Raishur. The problem here is like it is varying with the actual results for maybe for the process date. Check for the process date.
yeah,
Uh,
that is it.
what I thought was
I'm going for I'm going for shift date. Just a minute.
yeah, okay.
I'm taking it month and then discrete. I'm bringing this to filter. I'm taking again Jan 2018. Apply. Okay. And I'm bringing my order ID in here. I'm getting 28. Exactly the amount that I got in here.
Yeah, here it is getting, but I thought of one alternate solution. Like as the shipping date orders are based on the dimension of order ID. Can we use two fixed LODs for two shipping date and process date, and then combine the access?
No, my point is what is she trying to achieve from this view? Based on that, we can provide a solution. So
That from this graph, she want to show for suppose let us assume today 3122. She want to show the number of received and number of process in the same line. But the problem is we are able to show this, we are able to get this graph, but the output is not correct.
matlab, my like okay. In the same context, what I'm saying is here is she I'm asking is this whatever is being displayed here? If such a way it is displayed for her in there, will that suffice the issue? You're saying the data is not matching, some error might have been there, but if something like this is being shown in the month of January, there are 32 orders that are ordered and 28 orders that are delivered. So will that solve the issue?
Yeah, we already came to this part. Up to this part, we have came. Let us connect once indirectly.
Yeah,
It would be
we'll try to connect once we can, then we can try to discuss more on this. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'll call you and we'll connect directly through another meeting.
Sure.
Hello, Rajeshwar.
Yeah, hi.
Sir, I have a data set of world map. There are the 230 countries in the world. Okay.
Okay.
Now I wanted to join this sheet with the state. For example, India. Means under the drill down of the world map of India, I wanted to attach that sheet of that country to the India. How can I attach that state-wise to the India?
So you mean to say here you have the countries column in one.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
In here you have all the countries, right?
Yes.
And there is one more sheet which you're having states.
It is a different sheet, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, different sheet. This is countries and this is states.
Yes.
So here you have all the states that are in India, right?
India, yes.
Then you need to create one more column called country, and here you need to put India.
In all,
And base
I need to
join,
print.
yeah, because these countries now here when you are joining it here you have India and you have Sri Lanka, you have Nepal, and here you have Hyderabad,
Maharashtra, Hyderabad.
Maharashtra, yeah, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it is state names, so it should be Telangana.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Yes.
but here you have these state names, you want to join this with these countries. How do you identify which state goes to which country? Right? So for
Yes.
that, you need one more column. You can directly write this column here.
Okay.
And if you join, these two countries will go to these two states will come under India.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
need to get that column where you can identify these and join with these.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi, Ishwat is here.
Hi.
Can you go on Tableau desktop?
Yeah.
I have a small question like, can you can you do top 10 subcategory by profit?
Top 10, just
Subcategory by profit.
Subcategory by profit. So subcategory, just a minute, yeah, subcategory.
And we have one more calculated field, right? Sum of profit greater, like a profit greater than 8. We have created one calculated field, so we can use that one.
Just a
Profit
minute.
greater than 8.
Okay, you want me to use profit greater than 8?
Yeah.
Subcategory, and here, okay, you want subcategory, and here in this top 10 okay, yeah.
And drag the same profit in the columns.
Profit or profit greater than 8?
A profit greater than 8. And remove the sales. We don't want the sales. Yeah.
So profit greater than 8. Yeah.
In the column shelf, I want the bar.
Okay.
Okay. And drag the reason into the column shelf.
Pardon?
Can you drag the reason shelf reason into the column shelf stacked bar?
Region, okay.
Yeah, region into
color.
Yeah.
You want a stacked bar, right?
Yeah, stacked bar. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. In this, like, I want for each tag, how many, for example, here we can take states. How many states for each tag bar? For blue, like here we can see, right, for accessories, we have one color, blue color, right? In that blue color, how many states are coming?
Oh, okay. Matlab, you want this tagged bar to be by region.
Yeah.
And in this region also, you want to see how many states are here.
Yeah, how many states for each tag and the total for each accessory, for each subcategory.
Yeah, then I'm bringing my states and I am putting it in my label and doing this as count district. Okay, let me remove this. Now you're seeing, right?
Yeah, in the total also we need to see like how many total for each accessories, appliance and blinders.
I didn't get you again. Can you come
In the
again?
end, we need to, I need the total. In the end of the bar, we need to show the total. Yeah.
Here you need to show the total again.
Yeah,
Numeric total or okay.
not the for each subcategory.
Yeah, the total number of states, right? That is what you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let me do one thing. Let me drag. Now, I'm bringing it. Distinct. Mhm. We are getting it in the end, but you need it. You got it right?
Yeah, okay, no, got it. Actually, I tried in the different method, like use the reference line for the total, so I'm not getting that. Thanks a lot.
Even using reference lines also, you should get it. Let's try that.
Yeah, I'm getting, but it's getting into the bar. Like it's not getting out of the bar. It's getting in the bar.
I think you can even position that, right?
I tried to align to the right side, but it's not showing in the proper way.
Oh, sorry. I need to bring state in here. Hmm? Okay.
Yeah, it's coming, but coming before the bar.
Just. Got your point. Okay, yeah, I got your issue, but yeah, the other ways we can get using dual access, right? You can use
Yeah,
that.
okay. And here you just use the top 10, right? In the subcategory, you just use the top 10 without the sets.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot, Raj. Like I cleared a lot of my questions.
Thanks. No, welcome. Welcome.
Yeah.
Whoever has attended, my request is at least write a LinkedIn post on this or try to create some buzz on this because the more people we get, the more scenarios you get, and the more I literally love these doubt sessions just because I get to interact with many people and I get to understand their scenarios. By that, even my expertise will increase. If you people are coming, you are listening to these scenarios, you will get those scenarios which you might not even worked or you might not even dream to work on such scenarios. So that is why try to create buzz on this, try to get more people, and we'll try to get more scenarios so that if many people are coming and many people has doubts, we are even planning for a weekly doubt session if possible. So
And
yeah,
also, Rajeshwar, like, if possible, reviews on Trustpilot, how this session was.
yeah. Can you ping those links, Shrikant? Trustpilot and
Okay.
mobile app, because we
We will,
don't.
we will include it in the YouTube video.
Yeah,
Attach.
we can. You can put it in the comments as well. You will include in the YouTube video, and you can put it in the comments as well,
Okay, okay.
in the chat.
I believe Rajesh sir, this was the most biggest one and longest one, right?
Wow, this
It went
movie
till
night,
3 o'clock. Right?
it is more than a movie, yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Rajeshwar,
More than
for
the
your
length of
answer.
a Lagan movie, because Lagan movie is, that is 3 hours 10 minutes or 3 hours 15 minutes, the longest movie I've seen.
True,
It
true.
is, if we can complete successfully the next 25 minutes, then we would have done this for 4 hours. The doubt
Right.
session. But I still have the same energy that I started, because doubt sessions are that way. The more you solve, the more energy you get.
Yeah, we should appreciate your level of energy and patience. Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
So that, and I should actually thank you people, because you people are giving me such scenarios. See, if that scenarios are not challenging,
Right.
you'll not have this into.
Right.
It's only when the scenarios are very challenging, it poses to you that you cannot do it, then you'll get that, okay, I
And
need
I
to
also
solve it.
believe that people are coming. That is why the sessions are going. Right. It's not because
Yeah,
of us. It's
because
because
of
of
you.
you only. Yeah.
And because of people like you, and because of people like
Hmm.
Peter, who are actually coming here, taking their time, and along with me, they are trying to solve your doubts, right?
Right. That is, and
Uh,
you guys
we,
are more important than both of us because audience
Definitely,
is there. Then only people we will be there, not to help.
because
Because if there is no scenario, there is no audience, then there will be no use. Right.
yeah. So I want such scenarios, and the thank should begin from you people, because you are the ones who are providing me, because you are working on your real time scenarios, and you are coming here to with your scenario, so that we can address the scenario. That is the biggest thing.
ये जाओ वहाँ में.
Okay. Any other doubts?
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Rajeshwar.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Raj sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rajeshwar.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
thank you,
the session.
Rajeshwar. Yeah, we'll try our best to circulate this with our
Yeah,
my colleagues.
please do create a LinkedIn post, and make sure you tag me and Srikanth in that, so that we can comment on that and we can increase the reach of that post.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we will
Definitely.
do the same.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure, sure.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.